So instead of just an honest critique, which sometimes a critique might offend someone, like, hey man, I'm not trying to offend you. This is just my opinion. You don't have to agree with my opinion. Mm-hmm. Like, this is just my opinion, man. You know,
that's
like,
a problem now.
Yeah.
You can't even have that now. Especially if it's an honest opinion. You know, that's a little dangerous to have now.
But then that hurts the person if they just got everybody around telling them how great they are and they keep losing.
Welcome everybody to another episode of BDS TV. I'm your host, Big Daddy Swolls, and today's guest is one of my favorite people in the world. Always got me laughing, always got me smiling. He's a former top national competitor back in the day with the big boys. He really did his thing. And now he is a producer, director, and actor. My man, Rico Mcclinton. How you doing, brother? You doing good?
What's up, man?
What's going on, man?
What's
so
up,
talk to me, man. What have you been up to, bro? Since, it's been a minute, since we really got into any kind of good conversations. Like, I know you, but I don't know you. You know what I mean? Right. Like, I know you, but like, this is kind of like what I kind of want to get into a little bit. I want to get your story, your background a little bit, man. So, let's start where you from.
Man, I'm born and raised in LA, man.
Okay.
Born and raised here.
All right.
Went to schools in the inner city, man. I'm an inner city kid, yeah.
Oh, man, okay.
Yeah. Went to Washington High School, Horseman, Junior High, Henry Clay Junior High, all inner city schools.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Man, you give me that look, that gangster look, bro.
No.
Okay, all right.
No.
Put the gang sign on me real quick.
No.
Okay, okay.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what Flex said when he first met me. He said, he was telling the story. I saw him tell the story on Flex Lewis's thing. Yeah.
Flex who? Flex Wheeler?
Yeah.
Okay.
He said, I was looking at him like I wanted to take his trophy. When we first met, we met when we were 18, yeah.
Oh, yeah?
And he beat me, yeah. And he goes, he remember me looking at my trophy, looking at his trophy. He's making me laugh. I do not recall that happening at all, but it was funny.
Just so you guys know, man, this guy, he trained with Charles Glass and Flex Wheeler, the best of the best during the best of the best era. I consider it the best of the best era. This man right here, he hasn't told you that part yet, but we're going to get into it, man. But so he, okay, so how'd you get it? Tell me your access through life, your childhood. How was it?
Man, my childhood was good, man. I grew up with my mom, had a stepfather at the time, who was he was cool, but little nuts. He was from Belize, so they ended up getting divorced, and then my dad would come by and visit here and there. You know what I mean? He was cool, but we weren't real close. Yeah. He was kind of a ladies' man still, so he was still kind of out and about, but he would come by sometimes. So, I didn't really learn. I can't really say I learned anything from him. I kind of set my standards to be the opposite of him. And I knew I wanted kids, so I said, hey, I'm going to be the opposite of this because I knew what that felt like. Right. So my promise to myself was to be the opposite of that when it came to be a father. So my mom was my best friend. She's passed away now, but she was my best friend. So she taught me a level of respect for women and strong women. Yeah. You know what I mean? So, I learned a lot from her. Yeah. And I had a brother who taught me everything wrong to do. Oh,
yeah.
Yeah.
And he's out there taking the hits. Was he older brother?
He's an older brother.
Okay, yeah, so he's out there taking the hits.
He taught me all the bad stuff, so I learned to
fun stuff.
Stay away from that as I got older. Like that leads to nowhere good.
It does, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So as a process of elimination, like how did you end up at Golds or, like what was your process through school, after school? Like,
well, I was in my room. This is like, I can see this vividly. I'm sitting in my bedroom with a small TV on the dresser, right? And I'm watching TV. Wild World of Sports comes on, ABC, and this black guy comes out from like the shadows. He's a bodybuilder. It was Robbie Robinson.
Oh, really?
I'll never forget it. I was 14 years old, and I'm watching that, and I'm like, I want to be a bodybuilder, right?
So Robbie.
It's Robbie Robinson.
Really? Okay, so I didn't mean to interrupt you. It's okay, so.
Yeah. And so I started looking at bodybuilding magazines. I'm like, man, these guys. And I remember I got the original Pumping Iron book, and I was going through it every day, trying to learn how to work out. And we just so happened to be walking down the street one day, me and my friends. We saw a guy had a wooden bench he had built in his backyard. So we knocked on his door and asked him, could we work it on his bench? And
You just walked up, and knocked on
his door.
I forget those are the days you could do that.
Yeah. I remember his name was Carol. It was a guy named Carol. And he goes, yeah. And he goes, matter of fact, I show you guys how to work out.
Really?
So he would train us, man, in his backyard, you know, on this bench and a barbell, and had us doing like 30 reps, everything, and push-ups between breaks, and you know, and he had the like a pipe he had put a hole in with a rope with the weight on the bottom. We do our forearms, having to, you know, you get the weight to come back up, you have to let it back down, you know, and we just learned, you know, in the backyard, man, and reading books. And then I joined the gym. It was Bill Pearl's gym. It was on Manchester. Okay. Bill Pearl used to have a gym there right on Manchester, and I would walk there from my house. I lived off Century in Western, like in the neighborhood.
Okay.
And I would walk all the way down Western to that gym, man. Work out after school, you know. I was in junior high, and I'd work out.
Started in junior high?
Yeah, 14 years old.
And that's when you first started, like, yo, that's what I want to do. I want to be a bodybuilder.
Yeah, from seeing Robbie Robinson, man. And so I started cooking my own food, making eggs, eating tofu from reading the magazine. I mean, I was just like, you know, cream of rice, and I was just like regimented, man, because I wanted to be good at it, you know. And then I started training at a gym in Darby Park. It's a park in Inglewood, right? And I was working out there. Did my first show was the Mr. Inglewood.
There's a show out there called Mr. Inglewood.
It was the Mr. Inglewood.
Oh wow!
And the guy, was a big guy. He said, okay, we're gonna take you to get your polo trunks. And he took us to Sears and we bought underwear that looked like polo trunks.
But you could get
We didn't know, right? We didn't know about tanning, nothing. So I didn't tan.
Sound like he didn't know either.
I went on stage in underwear, baby oil, had an afro. When I took my shirt off, my hair was messed up, forgot to comb it. You know, I took dead last place, and they handed me a best arms trophy. And I got my best arms trophy.
That's cool.
I took dead last.
Yeah, but I mean, best arms trophy still.
Right?
Yeah, this is an awful feeling.
You know.
But that is also can be a motivating feeling too.
Yeah.
Okay, so go on.
I was just excited to be there, man. Yeah. You know, and I joined the gym in Inglewood later called Monster Maker Gym. Now, CT knows about Jacko Blender. CT Fletcher used to train at Rogers Park when I was at Derby. Met him years. I was young. And CT knew about Monster Maker, Jacko Blender. A lot of us went there.
Oh, yeah.
And Craig Munson, another brother, went there. And I was working out at Jacko Blender's gym and doing shows. And he was more knowledgeable. And he the first one told us about the apple cider vinegar and all that back then.
Oh, wow. So they knew about that back then.
Yeah.
About keeping your stomach down and digesting and all that stuff.
So I trained there, and then I started doing NPC shows. But Jack was the AAU guy. He wasn't too keen on us doing NPC shows. The NPC organization came along, but I knew that's where the better guys were.
Wait, so there was an organization before?
It was AAU.
AAU.
Then NPC came.
So they were second?
They came after AAU, yeah.
Okay, wow.
And Lee Haney won the first nationals. AAU, the nationals. That was their equivalent of the Mr. America.
So
Lee Haney won that.
Were they still affiliated with the IFBB?
When they came and they became the funnel for the IFBB.
So AAU was?
Because AAU used to be NABA.
Oh, okay. Oh.
They used to go to NABA University and all that, right?
Yeah.
And then NPC started being the funnel to the IFBB, right?
Okay.
So I was competing against all these teenagers, man, who had legs. And I was like, dang, these guys have legs. I was tall, barely squatted.
You know how that goes.
More upper body. I'm getting smashed by these dudes with these little upper bodies, but they're like, they're in shape and they got legs. I'm like, damn, but they're so little, right? I'm like, so I had to start learning more about dieting for shows. And I remember I went and did the Teenage Black America where I met Flex. And Jack goes, hey, I'm doing the shows not to make competitors. Why don't you come down and do it, right? It's an AAU show. Get in the car with my buddy. We go down. Hadn't dieted. Didn't know about dieting still. Go down there. There's Flex. Flex posts pictures. He had his little Jerry curl. He's all ripped up. I'm all smooth. He beats me. I'm like, this little guy beat me. Of course, why? Because he's in shape. I'm like, man, right?
You're still trying to figure it out.
I'm still trying to figure it out.
Yeah, you haven't asked any questions yet. You're just still kind of.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, I know that. Yep.
So then I was training at this gym called City Gym and this other gym in Inglewood. And I was training with this big guy named Art. Art was fat, though. Art wasn't a big muscular. Art literally was obese.
Oh, okay.
But he knew bodybuilding. He was obese.
Yeah.
He trained me sitting down in a recliner in his garage gym. Yeah, I went through the gamut.
2 more sets right there.
And some people may not know, there's a brother named Jerry Rogers who was a top bodybuilder. He turned pro years later in nationals. He used to pick me up. See, these are the stories we have, right? Jerry Rogers.
I know you got a gang of stories, man, and that's kind of like,
Jerry Rogers drove a kid's school bus.
Okay.
He picked me up in the morning.
Yeah.
After he dropped the kids off, we get on the bus. He'd take me, drop me off around the corner, and take the bus back to the lot. Then we'd walk over to the gym, right? It was Art's gym in Inglewood. Then Art was training me for the Teenage Mr. LA, right? So Art's training me for that. I ended up winning that show. Art goes, okay, there's a guy. Art was a very blunt guy. Unlike now, people get sent. Art tells me, goes, okay, I saw the guy is your competitor. Doesn't look like a teenager. Has a mustache, look like he's losing hair. He's probably gonna beat you, right? Probably gonna beat you, but you should do good. I ended up beating the guy.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I ended up beating the guy.
Okay.
And then I told Jack was going to back up to Fresno. I go, tell that flex guy I'm coming to get him at the Teenage America.
Let's get the full name to these people.
Yeah.
I mean,
Jack O'Blennis was the guy for
Jack
AU.
O'Blennis.
Yeah. And I told Jack, I go, when you go up there and you see Flex, tell Flex I'm coming to get him at the Teen America. Right?
And how old were you at this time?
Then I was 18.
18.
That was my dream.
So he was 18.
Yeah, that was my dream to win the Teen America. I knew Flex was going to be there, right? That was my dream. I walk in the City Gym, shake a guy's hand, never forget. And I see that guy at the gym sometime. He still laughs. Literally to this day, he comes to the gym sometime, this guy. No one knows that we go back this far. And this is what he did to me. I saw him, shake his hand. I go, where you been? He goes, I just got over the chicken pox. I'm like, really? I'm good now. Shake his hand. A few days later, I start breaking out. My mom goes, don't pop those. I'm like, why? She goes, you might have the chicken pox. I'm like, no. Chicken pox. Missed the Teenage America because of this guy.
No way.
Yep, he gave me the chicken pox.
But how close were you?
Dude, I was training for it.
No, but how close were you? How far away were you from the show?
I don't know, but it was already time to get ready, so I couldn't do it.
Oh, man.
My dream was gone.
Well, there only like 2 weeks to it before it goes away, right?
Yeah, but I had to stay in the house. I couldn't work out. I stayed away from everybody.
Yeah.
They was putting that stuff they call calamine lotion for the itching all over my body. And dude, it was just like these giant, and I was sitting there going, my dream is gone. Could not go and try to get Flex back, right?
Because a year's a long time, too.
Yeah, I went to get Flex back.
And 18.
Yeah,
you can't.
And after that, you can't anymore. They say, I think back then, it's like once you turn 19, I guess you weren't considered a teenager or something, an adult or something. So I couldn't do it again, so I kept training.
So it was gone.
It was gone. That dream was gone.
Jeez.
You
think you could have beat him?
Who knows? He might have got me again.
Yeah.
But it's the competitive side of me. You know what I mean? Like,
because you guys are the same age.
Yeah.
So, man, you and Flex Wheeler go back to kids.
Yeah, we met at 18 years old. But we didn't see each other again until after we won the cow.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we didn't see each other again. So I went to Goals, started training at Goals. First, I went to World's Gym because I was scared to go to Goals, man. Because I would just drive past Goals and look at the people.
I had that feeling, too, when I first got out here, too. Yeah, it's like, you just kind of like, I don't know if I'm ready.
Like, I would go stand at the rail and watch the guys train. It was the Menser brothers, Tim Belknap, Mike Christian.
That's when it was packed.
Oh, yeah.
Tourists coming in.
And everybody just huge.
Yeah, Arnold's still there. Everyone's just still going.
And
right?
just everybody just looking like monsters. I'm a kid, and I'm like, Pete Grimkowski invited me to come train. Oh, I give you a membership. Come and visit and train and work out. He saw me at a contest, and he said that to me. He was real cool, right? But I was intimidated, so I went and stood to him like, I'm not coming to this gym. So I went to Worlds. Worlds had a bigger guy, but it was more quiet, no music, more, you know what I mean? And I went there for a while, and then one day I was like, okay, I'm gonna go to Goes, man. I went over to Goes, and it was cool because at Worlds, the guys, they brought me in, right? It was Zabo and Ed Giuliani. I was a kid, man. So to meet all these legends, they passed away now. They're gone now, right? But I got to meet these guys
at the height of the bodybuilding culture. Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like the guys you saw in the magazine that was from the 60s, 70s. Now they're talking to me, they're giving me pointers. You know what I mean?
It's crazy, man.
It's like, and a lot of people, they missed that era.
Yeah.
As a kid, I still got to get a taste of it.
That's the golden era right there, all of it. And then you got to see. I think you probably got to see it all, like why it was like everything even after that era. The Jay Cutler and he's the Flex Wheeler to the Jay Cutler Ron Coleman area.
We got to see Jay Cutler as a kid, but
that's just all the way from the bottom. Yeah, that's crazy.
When he won tournament champions, when Flex was sitting there, when Jay won the tournament champions,
Wow, what a life, man.
Yeah, dude. It was crazy, and then I went over to Gold's, man. It was just that one room that, the front room. That was the only room that was there, man.
Wait, was that the one that was on?
No, that one was gone already.
That was already gone?
Yeah.
When did that one leave?
I don't know. I don't remember that one, though.
It was like in the 70s.
But Worlds was on Main Street, way down the street, on Main Street in Santa Monica, with the rooftop. And Gold's was where it is now, but just one room.
Okay. And
the other ones are warehouses. They start knocking down walls. It was just one room with everything in there. And then Mike Christian took me under his wing like a big brother, would have me come to this place and give me a bunch of clothes. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I saw that it's like you learn to have that community and to help younger bodybuilders who come up, not push them away, or because they're inspired by you. You know what I mean? So I always remembered what that felt like.
Yeah.
And Serge Nubray.
Yeah.
He would come to town to train. So I got to know him.
Yeah.
Imagine that.
Right.
He's a legend, dude. Yeah. But that dude trained literally for like 3 hours. It was crazy. But he was always ripped. Yeah. But he would train for like 3 hours. Jeez.
He's burning those calories.
Then I got to know Mike Menser, who was hilarious. Because him and I would always go back and forth because I'm a clown. And I'd be teasing Mike about the heavy duty.
You make everyone smile, Rico. You're like the guy, like if someone's in a bad mood, they just walk up to you for 2 minutes and it's just like everything is just all good.
Thanks,
even if you're making fun of me or that person. You just start
Chris says that.
Chris
says that. Cormier? He goes, Chris told me, he goes, man, people, I guess it's a compliment, but he goes, hey man, people talk mess to me. He goes, you can't say nothing to me. I used to train with Rico Mcclinton. Like, you can't say nothing to me. Like they don't know. You know what I mean? We used to clown, right?
Yeah, hard. Yeah.
But Mike would always tell me, because I would tease him about the heavy duty, because we're buddies. He would go, Rico, how many sperms did it take to make you? 1 sperm. It only took 1 sperm. You don't need more than 1 hard set. Took 1 sperm. That was his comeback to me. So it was like classic. I always remember that conversation. But it was golden because I looked up to the guy, really.
Yeah.
But I would just tease him, right? But it was golden because these guys, they always took time out to help you or give you guidance.
Isn't that cool?
Well, yeah, man.
Does it seem like it's that part has kind of gone a little bit today?
I think with the internet sometimes, with trying to get views and build a brand, right?
Yeah.
I think sometimes people think they need to be controversial.
Yeah, instead of like influential. I think it's more of a gimmick now.
Yeah.
Than like, I don't know. I feel like, because I'm from an era too. Like I got the back end of your era, where like you guys would still mentor guys like me, because you're like what, like I'm trying to blast you out there, but you got a little.
I'm 37.
Yeah. And I'm 27 then, but
I'm in my 50s, man.
But what I'm saying is like, like, so you were like kind of like the older generation that would kind of mentor us, and I felt like we were able to kind of like carry the mantle a little bit, and I got to experience that kind of education from you guys still coming in. I got the tail end of it, like the very tail end of it, and I feel like a lot of that is just kind of starting to evaporate. It's all becoming about one platform, yourself. No one else, if you have to make it about somebody else so it can circle around back to you, type of a thing. Yeah. I don't know. Like, I mean, I'm still feel like I'm blessed to still have like, you and Charles and other people like, that are still really solid people. Like, I don't mess with too many people that aren't.
Yeah, of course not.
well-rounded, because I don't like that energy.
Time is valuable.
Yeah, and like, I mean, I still say hi to everyone and stuff, but there's very, very few people that actually, engage with, like you, like plus, it was very important for me to have you here because, you mean a lot to me, bro. You've been there for me,
Thank you.
Don't smile at me like
get emotional.
it doesn't mean it like you ain't that cool.
I know you get. Okay, there you go. Now you get the emotional. I can get emotional.
We can get we get. I can clown back,
okay,
bro.
no.
Like,
Go ahead, man. Go ahead. You don't want to get that started.
But I mean, I don't go like I'm gonna need some makeup. I'm getting
men got emotions too, dog.
Yeah, no, I mean, but they different, But what I'm trying to say is, I feel like because I compete and still active compete, and I don't know. I go backstage and I feel like we're missing something.
The camaraderie a lot of times.
Yeah, because everyone's just like this, like they don't want to talk to anyone. They don't want to joke, laugh. Like for me, it's like that's a good part of me relaxing is. Okay, I made it. I got food, and I can talk, and I can chill with everyone, and like whatever's gonna happen is gonna happen. But it's like too much seriousness. I feel I can actually build cortisol into your levels of stress and too focused.
Of course,
So that's why I always felt like it was better to engage with people, and and laugh and joke with everyone backstage. That's what I always like.
And we wish each other luck. I mean, it's in the judge's hands, man. Like you did your part. Like you can't make me lose. Like it's nothing against you. You know what I mean?
Like the last 15 minutes, man. It's
like
over, bro. You can chill.
It's in the judge's hands. And if the judges put you ahead of me, I'm gonna get mad at you for that. Like you not sitting there with the judge's card. You're not.
But they do though. They get mad at everyone. They and it's like I understand how hard it is to do a show, but the thing is, once you're in shape, it's easy to stay in shape.
Yeah.
Getting in shape is probably the hardest part of doing a show. But once you're in shape, you can do 10 shows back to back to back.
Yeah.
I mean, look at how long Dexter did. Dexter competed for a whole.
But Dexter had the maturity. He's been around for a while.
But what I'm saying is,
I mean, here mature, not just to.
Yeah, that's rare.
Yeah. Well, some of these guys they get out of shape thinking they're putting on mass, but they're really getting kind of too fat. Yeah, and I say, and they be like, well, and when someone says the muscle turns into fat, no, man, fat and muscle are two separate things. Yeah. You can't turn fat into muscle. You can't turn muscle into fat.
Yeah,
it's two separate things. And I'm trying to explain.
Got to get all fat and nasty just so you can put on muscle. I mean, you can. I don't know.
I know
you get stronger.
You can stay a little, putting on some weight, for the
joints.
The joints and all that. Okay, you don't want to be too lean all year. It's hard to really gain muscle like that, right? But you can still put on quality muscle without getting so far out of shape.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I just think that sometimes people get that number on the scale, then they don't look at the mirror and they don't realize how far off they've gotten.
Yeah, well, real far. I mean, just, especially those, those digits where say, 300 or get up to 250 and you're not,
and then someone says, hey, man, you have to get in shape. And you say, okay, then you die down and you look the same and you don't win. And it's like, no, you didn't really get better. You came in the same condition because you keep getting so far out of shape. And when you get back in shape, it's the same as before.
Right.
But I always say, if you stay a little tighter, when you get in shape the next time, your body's going to go further.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But you keep getting out of shape, it's like the same habits, and the same thing, but you get upset when you get the same results.
Right.
It doesn't make sense.
Yeah. So that was also a mentor you got back in the day too. You got that kind of love, and you know what I mean, bro. You just got mentored the right way. You got
it was camaraderie too.
Yeah. I don't know. That's what I kind of felt like, man. Like I felt like the biggest loss over this internet age was that. I think like it was the biggest. I think we lost just communication with like each other's souls. The energy just kind of just left the room.
Also with the I think like we're talking about when people want the views, they want controversy for the views.
Oh yeah.
So instead of just an honest critique, which sometimes a critique might offend someone, like, hey man, I'm not trying to offend you. This is just my opinion. You don't have to agree with my opinion. Mm-hmm. Like this is just my opinion, man.
That's a problem now.
Yeah.
You can't even have that now. Especially if it's an honest opinion, you can't, that's a little dangerous to have now.
But then that hurts the person if they just got everybody around telling them how great they are and they keep losing. Like something about you obviously isn't that great. And you can't always say it's politics, bro.
No. It's like a person who always gets in fights, or a person who always has a problem. It's like, listen, I don't know what's going on. I was like, well, you know, if it keeps happening, you know, obviously, you need to look at yourself. If the people who can't look at themselves and like be honest with themselves will never be able to fix the problem.
Yeah.
And them being in denial about honesty and all this stuff nowadays is just, you know, like if someone's fat, you can't call them fat. Otherwise, their feelings will get hurt. But if they can't
But it depends on how you...
Well, I mean, like, honestly.
Like, hey, man, you're fat.
Well,
they may not take that...
Well, in the bodybuilding industry, we call fat. We get called fat all the time in the bodybuilding industry.
Yeah.
You know, especially if we get fat. But here's
how you present the case.
I mean, you know, you can't tell your old lady that or like that. No, I can slap this inside your head. But I will tell you this. It's a big issue, man, because like part of the reason of being embarrassed makes you want to fix a problem. Being ashamed is a mechanism to help fix your life.
Yeah.
If you're ashamed of something, you know you shouldn't be doing it. Then you have that thing in the back of your head. If something hurts your feelings and you can change it, you're gonna. I mean, unless you're just gonna become a victim, you know, you need that. Like, I mean, I prefer people to be totally honest with me because it's like if I wasn't called names or, you know, told I wasn't dressed in a certain way, or I'm walking around and I got a booger in my nose in front of a public setting and no one tells me that, like, you know, because people don't want to, you know, embarrass you. Like, no, I mean, I hope you tell me that before I go to my next hand I have to shake, you know?
Yeah.
So it's important for me to, like, you know the truth. And that's just, you know, that's just something I always kind of, like, felt like we lost as well. We lost a lot of truth because feelings became more important than actually making your life better.
Yeah.
You know?
It's important for growth, man.
Yeah.
You know? That's why you have to be careful, you know, who you spend time with and how much time you spend with people. It's the bottom line. It's important.
Yeah, you absorb that energy.
You do. You do, man. It's like it's making wise choices. You know, with your friendships, with everything, with how you eat, with your friendships, what you watch, what you fill yourself up with. You know what I mean? Like, I'm talking spiritually and physically. It's like all of it matters. You know what I mean? Because I watched, you know, I still watch some of the shows though, because I think right now, like the bodybuilders we got coming right now, some nice quality guys coming up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, oh yeah, I was excited for the honor because of Andrew and Samson.
Oh yeah,
who a lot of people slept on.
Yeah, I saw that guy. I saw him. I was like, okay, this guy right here.
Yeah, I saw before the Olympia picture that guy. I'm like, they're sleeping on this guy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And I don't say that about too many people. You know, I definitely watch some. Like for me, I'm like, you know, I kind of go with like, because I'm taller, you know, 6'3", and you're what, 6'3"?
6'1". I'm not 6'3".
Oh, you know, your shoes you wear sometimes you
6'1".
rock the high.
6'3". Yeah, you 6'3" too, man.
Maybe it's just the hair.
We got to put you.
Maybe it's just
we
the
got to
hair.
put you. Go
I'm gonna
send you
stand
to
up
the
next to you
doctor.
after this, dude.
No, go to the doctor because they're gonna be like, you're not 6'3", man. But you're my dude. 6'3".
I'm being honest. Dude.
Okay, in your mind, man.
Okay, brother.
Let's go. Samson, Andrew Jack.
Yeah, Samson.
Great genetics.
Yeah.
And when I looked at the show, I think Andrew Jack has tons of potential. Mm-hmm. But as a taller bodybuilder, he still has some things to fill out.
Yeah.
You know, and I think he's with the right guys now. Mm-hmm. You know, I mean, Flex and them was the right guys too, but Flex, you know, my homie, you know, be dealing with some health issues sometimes, so it's hard for him to be there all the time, you know. But I think Andrew Jack has a lot of potential, man, to be Mr. Olympia one day.
Oh yeah.
You know, but Samson does too, though. But if I had to choose the level, and once Andrew fills out, I think his shape is the lines are better.
You're a shape guy. You grew up in that area. You grew, you know. For me, like I always thought shape was more important than overblown size, or diet. I always thought the shape was you know, as long as you bring in the shape. I never really cared so much about, you know, the super stridations, which are nice. They're a nice touch. But if you're talking about a genetically gifted structure that flew the best, you know, I would have been with Cedric McMillan, Sean Roden, you know, and Flex Wheeler, and, you know, someone like yourself who had amazing shape as well.
Thanks,
you know, Chris Cormier. Those are my guys that I choose over anyone because those are the bodies I want to look like.
Right.
You know, I don't, you know, no disrespect to shade on anyone because it's all hell of a hard work. Trust me, as a bodybuilder, I know. But I'm not trying to look like a compact guy, you know.
Yeah,
really
you can't. You're
too
tall anyway.
Well, I wouldn't want to anyways. You
Yeah.
know, I just, you know, it's just not my, you know, it's not my forte. You know, I like the you know, the real small lines, you know, the lats, the V shape, you know, very much so. And, you know, the chest has to look right and the abs insertions, you know, like I look at that stuff, you know, like what you would paint.
Yeah.
You know,
Like
I look
art.
at that, right? Cartoons, like, you know, you make yourself look like
anime.
a cartoon. Yeah.
Like Baki.
Kind of, well, in a sense.
Hey guys, watch Baki. Hey, I'm just saying.
In a certain
I watch Baki with my son. Hey man, for real, watch it.
Is it good?
Whoever those artists are, I'm gonna tell you, it's on Netflix. No joke.
Baki.
Whoever those artists are, they drawing bodybuilders, swole, shredded. I mean, it's crazy.
The structure's good.
No, I gotta tell you, I'm like a big kid, right? But me and my son loves anime, so we'll watch it. I'm like, dude, they're drawing these characters. They are swole. That's. I mean, if a bodybuilder came out like that, he would never beat me. That's what I'm saying. But when you're talking about art,
yeah, you know what
right?
I'm getting.
Yeah,
at.
it's like
okay,
that.
Flex Wheeler is like probably like, you know, I'm gonna put it out there. You know, I mean, maybe I'm biased as hell, but I mean, I'll be honest with you, like that's like the shape of all shapes.
That's what I thought. But people would say that because it's like, he's your best friend. I'm like, dude, I can say it.
I don't even know. I don't even know him that well.
I mean, that's how I see it, and you don't even have to agree with me. I don't need to argue with someone
There's no
about
argument.
it.
There's no argument.
Yeah,
You know, hands down, he has the best genetically gifted structure I've ever seen on any person in my life.
Yeah,
Like I would. Nobody had those gifts. Nobody. And you know, just.
It was crazy, right? Like a cartoon.
I didn't even know like that
little
was
joints, little wrists. People have to look. So you have little wrists, little joints with these round muscle bellies.
huge.
So it made them look even bigger.
Yeah.
You know, Chris had bigger joints.
He looked really good too.
You know, so Chris always had to fill out so he can be more 3-dimensional because Chris was like wider shoulders with the taper, but Chris had to fill out front to back.
Yeah.
Chest and upper back thickness. That's what he worked on during his career.
Thickness, yeah.
He had great legs already, quads, hamstrings, you know, and those are there, but he always had to fill out that part from the side.
Yeah.
You know, because he remember we were teasing, and I called. I said he was pulling. I go, man, but you're flat. You're like Gumby. You're like Gumby.
Wait, was this before a show? Or?
No, this is way back. When we were young.
Okay.
I met Chris. He had just won. Chris just won teenage national. Chris was young when we met too. Chris was young.
Yeah.
He was getting ready for the California. Yeah.
Yeah.
When we met. Yeah, we were joking around in the gym. Yeah. Yeah.
Chris is cool, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got a lot of love.
Yeah.
I've never heard him do or say anything bad about anybody, man. That's one thing I say, but he's a good dude.
But he and he knows bodybuilding.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So when he critiques, you know, he's not putting people down. He's giving an honest critique.
Very, very good. And he's not really mean about it either. He's very gentle about it. Yeah, about the way he words and stuff.
I think guys should take them words and take this knowledge and try and apply it and look in. Cause I tell guys, man, study other great bodybuilders. Like, why are they winning? What makes them great? It's like, you know how they say that there's always like success leaves clues.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So look, they're successful. Why? Even in bodybuilding, why is this person successful in competitions? That's what I did. Guys beat me. I went back and I studied, and I would beat them. I would go back and get them.
Did you?
Because I studied the magazine. I'd be like, this guy beat me. Why'd he beat me?
What shows you
And I would go. Not many, dude. I was top national competitor. I was a favorite for the 2000 USA.
That's a big
I
deal.
skipped.
Hey,
I skipped. They told me to skip it.
Really?
I was gonna do the cow. They said, don't do the cow anymore, man. Because I did the cow and I couldn't peak. And one guy told me, he goes, man, something about you in that show, you never peak. Forget that. Go right to national level. Yeah. So I went to. You
didn't have to qualify.
I went to Arizona. No, I went to Arizona to qualify for the nationals in '98. Right. Okay. I think Dexter won that. Dexter was in that. I went there. I went to show in Arizona, right? And Chris was out there with me, and I won the super heavyweight class. They gave me the trophy for the overall.
Okay.
Then took it.
They took it.
And like, oh, it was an accident.
What?
He won. But what happened was the guy messed up because they had put like the heavyweight, but it's supposed to have been me, and they messed up and gave it to the heavyweight guy because the super heavyweight class was a new class. Yeah. And the promoter called me early the next morning in my hotel, was apologizing. I'm like, don't worry about it. I just wanted to qualify for nationals anyway. Yeah. But dude, took it out of my hand on stage. I was like, what is this? Yeah, it was horrible, right?
Yeah.
But then I go to nationals, make top 5.
Okay.
Right?
Okay, first of all, I don't want to gloss over that. That's tough to do. Especially in your day.
Oh yeah.
That's tough to do.
Oh no, it was a tough show.
Yeah, like
when you look at that lineup,
that's tough to do.
It was like I was like, because I went through the list like who else was in the show, and I was like, he was here. Yeah. It was a crazy show, right?
Right.
So I took top 5. I'm like, okay. I'm like, all right,
what place?
Cool. Huh?
What place?
5th.
Okay.
I made top 5, right?
That's in it.
No, so I take top 5. I'm like, all right, cool. Now I got work for the next year, right? So I studied, right? And the guy who beat me, he went to nationals too. Didn't even place. The guy who they gave the trophy to,
didn't even place.
Damn. Right? Yeah. Can't remember his name either, right? But I'm not being mean, but he didn't play. So I'm like, okay, right? So I trained the whole year. Go back the next year. Took 3rd. A lot of people thought I should have been in the top 2, but I won't go into that. One of the judges actually apologized to me. He's like, man, I was on the other end. I'm sorry. I'm like, don't worry about it. I was like, hey, dude, you had me in this place? He's like, I couldn't really see you. I'm like, why didn't you call me down to your side?
Yeah.
You know, and that knocked me down a place. But he's my guy. He's like, I'm sorry. I'm like, don't worry about it. Because I wasn't winning anyway. I was going to take 2nd. It's still not a win.
Yeah,
second,
but then you
3rd.
need to win the whole thing, right?
Yeah. No, it's weight class. They started doing weight classes.
Oh, okay.
And Aaron Madron won. Cool dude. Rooting for him. Kamali won the heavyweights.
Really?
Yeah, Kamali won the heavyweights. Big Matt took 2nd. What was Matt's last name? He passed away. He had a heart attack. He was my guy too. He took 2nd. And then I said, okay, man, I might quit bodybuilding. You know, I started working on things.
Well, you start putting so much time and effort, and you start realizing that, how much are you really gonna get out of something? That's for me personally. Like, I mean, I do it because I do bodybuilding when it's not gonna interrupt my workflow, or my money, or what I'm chasing as far as like my success things online. I'm not expecting to, become a millionaire off of bodybuilding.
Right.
I'm expecting to take my bodybuilding and encapsulate it in with all my other things that I do.
Right.
From my music to my videos to even a podcast to networking to staying in shape and staying healthy. I use it as that part, and that's why I still kind of do it. Otherwise, I wouldn't even do it. You know? But what was your main reason? What was your main reason?
Was
it something similar?
No. Well, man.
Nah, he just mad.
No.
He was it?
Well, okay, I'll go back. 92, I won the Southern California.
Okay.
Right? And I remember when the Southern Cal, Krista Flex was there. I won the Southern Cal, won the overall, get the trophy.
So you were doing good, and you were growing.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this is 92, and I remember sitting backstage going, dang, is this it? Like, After all this hard work, I was like, all right. But I remember that feeling, right? Even though I won, it was like, it wasn't as fulfilling as I thought it might have been, right? So I kept training, competing, because I had this dream, this goal. So then years later, I started thinking about that feeling, like something else is missing.
How old were you?
30, early 30s. And I was thinking about it. So for me, I started thinking about it more on a spiritual level. For me, I shared this story, right?
Yeah.
So then I already had a contract with Biochem, right? They were paying me monthly, all my free supplements.
Yeah.
And I said, okay, guys, I'm gonna do the USA in 2000. I'm not gonna do national this time. I'm gonna do the USA. And Jim is like, oh, he's pretty much the favorite right now because he took top 3. Matt's not doing it. He's pretty much favorite for the USA, right?
Yeah.
So I'm training for the USA. I do a photo shoot for Flex Magazine with Chris Lund, who's a legend, right? And that's the photo they have in the gym. Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Rico Mcclinton. Hope you're enjoying the podcast on BDS TV. If you want to see more on me, you can go to my Instagram at the real Rico Mcclinton, or you can go to ScreenlandEP.com, where I have some things I directed and some episodes, or you can find me on my TikTok, Rico Mcclinton. If you want to see that, just go to the links down below, click on them, and you'll be able to find me. See you soon. That's one of the photos that goes.
That's you?
That was from Chris Lund, yeah. And I remember I told Robbie that day, and that was so cool. It was a cool way to kind of culminate everything. I've been friends with Robbie Robinson for years, and that day I'm doing another photo shoot at Worlds, and then Robbie's there, and I say, "Dang, Robbie," and Robbie never knew. So I go, "Robbie, you're the reason why I started bodybuilding." And he never knew it, but I forgot to tell him. It was 2000, all those years later.
Really?
Yeah, from me being a 14-year-old to the year 2000,
Yeah.
I finally tell Robbie this. I forgot to tell him all these years. So me and Robbie took a photo. I had the photo. We took a photo together.
Really?
Yeah. And he was like, what? I'm like, yeah, Robbie, I never told you this, man. You're the reason why I started bodybuilding. And I was right before it was a week out for the USA, right? And I was like 285. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go on stage like 270-ish. I stayed tight and just filled out, right? Okay, I'm gonna go and handle this show, right?
2000.
2000.
Year 2000.
Year 2000, right?
Okay.
USA in Vegas. That's the year Chickarella won, right?
Yeah.
Chick my dude. He my dude. So
He did it for like 10 times though, right?
Yeah, he did it a while. He was back there for
I'm getting up to those numbers too, man.
Yeah.
I'm at double digits of the nationals.
I only
too.
did nationals, 3 national shots, like 5th, 3rd, and then the USA I didn't win. Thank God. I'm glad I didn't win, dude. I'll tell you why, but I was praying about this whole process. I'm praying, I'm studying the Bible. This is for me. I'm telling you about me. No one else has to have these convictions. I'm studying the Bible. I had this contract, and I remember the owner is a great guy. He goes, hey, man, you win USA. I don't want you doing anything else but training. Quit your day job. And this dude's a man was right. I know he's going to pay me. He's already paying me decent, right? Quit your day job. Because me and him were good friends, the owner of the company. And I'm like, okay, but I'm praying, I'm training. You know, I got my little girl who's like, she's like 6 at the time.
Oh, you already had a kid at that time.
Yeah, she's 6.
Okay.
And I'm looking at everything, you know, and then I won't say names. I'm not gonna say names, but somebody says, hey man, let somebody look at you. Go. And the guy's, and this, you know, recommended guy, let me see what you like. Okay. So, oh, you want a little bit of water. We can pull some more water out. And my body's very sensitive to diuretics. I would take Aldactone.
Yeah.
Literally. I never claim to be natural, but I would take 1 Aldactone, right? And my body, and I always remember that 1 Aldactone works for me, right? And I took something else, right? And I was with Melvin Anthony. I said, dude, I'm cramping.
Yeah.
Like later on that night, I'm like, he's like, stay in my room. Wait, I'm gonna get you something. It's a quiet night sulfate for cramping. I remember this vividly. He goes, gets it, I take it, I go up to my room, I go to sleep. I wake up the next morning, flat.
Oh, man.
No veins, I'm sitting on the edge of my bed, like, what happened to me?
I hate those fucking things.
I mean, gone, right? I'm sitting there, call Charles, like, Charles, dude. Charles goes, you gotta eat some carbs. So I'm eating, but now I did the one thing you do not do.
What did you do, man?
What do you think? I got thirsty.
You gotta drink some water.
I know I should sip, right?
Yeah.
No, I start drinking.
Nah,
I'm
it's
thirsty.
gulps.
I'm drinking water. So I fill up, spill over.
Of course. That's the first thing that's gonna happen.
You know. So I compete. I knew I was off.
That's a horrible feeling. Knowing you're going in there off.
I
Knowing
knew
you're
I was
going,
off.
and you're just embarrassed walking out on that stage.
But I took 5th. Still made
Did
5th.
you really?
Oh yeah, because I wasn't fat. I just was holding water. I ended up taking top 5. And what's funny is Quincy Taylor was in that show, Idris Wardell. Like there's a lot of guys who turned pro after that show who I ended up beating. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm looking, laughing, going, I went out. You know, Chickarella won. And what was cool was I had been praying about it the whole time and everything. And it's like, I was like, okay, cool, I'm done. You know what I mean? Like I felt closure. Like I didn't feel like.
You felt closure.
Yeah, I'm like, cool, I'm done with bodybuilding. You know what I mean? I want to do something else. You know.
So you weren't angry. You weren't mad.
No.
Hence the water.
I wasn't. I
was
thought it was meant to be because I think if I would have won,
You would've kept
because
going.
the money and stuff, I might have kept going. And I tell people, they say, you have any regrets? I go, no, dude, because I have 2 more kids.
Yeah.
Right? Now, Matt, a lot of people don't know this. Me and my ex-wife, who I was with for years, we're not together now, but we're together for a long time. Awesome mom, awesome woman, would never talk bad about her. We were trying to have kids, but I was like, something must be wrong. Like, I don't know what's up. She's like, I think it's you. Me not knowing my testosterone level was way down because of the stuff I was using to get ready for shows. Trying to have kids. I'm like, man, you should go get checked. I'm telling her, right? Because I think it's you. I'm like, no, it's not me. I feel big. I feel strong.
Yeah.
My test is down from another test, right? So literally I quit because I wanted to change my life on a spiritual level, right? And study and get baptized and everything, right? And Matt, within a year, I had my other daughter. The very next year, I had my son. Never took anything to bring my test levels back up. Never took, what is it, Clomid, whatever they take.
Clomid, HG, all that.
Nothing. And I'm like, that's right. Yeah. I felt like God was honoring my choice. It's my personal conviction, man. Yeah. I feel God was honoring my choice to give it up to have a relationship with him.
You told me a couple of your things, man.
You know what I mean?
You know, I think about that all the time. Like, you tell me about your convictions, and I was just like, that's one thing I really admire about you, brother. I take a lot of your stuff you tell me, and I implement it into my own life. You know? But go ahead. I don't mean to interrupt you.
Thank you.
Now I had that thought, like, there's certain things like I've actually stopped doing because of the things you've told me. You know,
Thank you, man.
I carry what you tell me in my head all the time. You know.
Thank you, man.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. So go ahead.
So my daughter was just here last week. My middle girl, who came from that, and my oldest daughter lives in New York now. But my other daughter goes to University of San Francisco. My son's in Syracuse, right? I'm like, man, no trophy, no contract is worth these gifts. Like, my bodybuilding career would have been over already anyway.
Yeah, well, I mean, how many people really do it in bodybuilding? I mean, seriously, Jay. I mean, seriously, and it's not even like, I mean, bodybuilding keeps the fans and a lot of things alive, but I mean, that guy has like a business mind like no other. Yeah. Like no other, and that's what's rare, missing. Anyways.
That's what's missing.
Yeah. So
you see,
everybody comes into this thing. Look at me. I'm gonna be a celebrity. I'm gonna have money. I'm gonna tell you this. Even that trophy or the Olympia title, what is that? 400,000. You're spending 200,000 in taxes, gone, right? And then just alone traveling and all this other stuff. I mean, that's okay. So maybe you get some money I picked up over sponsorships. But that's nothing that a normal business can go get you. Like, I mean, I know businesses, like basic businesses that are pulling in $100,000 a month.
Well, it's also like the money, no one's taught money management.
No, ever.
And I look at a lot of these guys, I'm like, hey, man, take some money management classes.
At least.
While you're in this game and you're making this money. Like, so you can continue to build that money.
Yeah.
Continue to let it build upon itself, right?
Why you're not touching it. Because if it's just sitting there and you're not investing it, it's not growing. What are you gonna do? You're gonna start chicken feeding it out of your pocket, and then just boom, it just goes into the ether.
Because in your mind, you keep thinking. You know how they say when you're making that money, you think it's never gonna end.
Yeah.
Because you're in the middle of making all this money, you're thinking like, oh, I'm here. And I want this. I've always wanted that. I've always wanted.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then the taxes come and hit, and then you got less than what you even thought. The taxes hit, now you bought all the things you always thought you wanted. Not that you needed, but you wanted. You know what I mean?
And then when you get them, you don't even care.
They get old.
Yeah, like the stuff that I chased my whole life, I got. But now I'm just like, I mean, the most important part of, like, it's so weird. Like, and all the OGs always told me this too. And, like, I listened. I healed back to it. I healed their advice, and I yielded to it, and I soaked a lot of it in, but I didn't really feel that until like I got older and I started realizing, like, a lot. Not that I don't love bodybuilding and stuff, but it's not number one for me, like, whatsoever. It's not. It's there for me. It's a part of it. It's a part of my life, but it's not something that's like end all be all. Like, I tell everyone, like, you're gonna do a show. It's just a show. I mean, there's millions of people just come through and wash out and come through and wash out. I mean, you're talking about how many people really make it in bodybuilding.
Yes, few.
I mean, even if you make it, it's not really making it. It
depends on how you capitalize it.
Yeah, no, but I'm just saying, just it alone, bodybuilding alone, no sponsors.
No that's just hard.
Like, no, I'm just saying, like, you got maybe Jay, and that's just off bodybuilding alone. But I mean, introduce his products showing up. I mean, that's totally different. But you also have to be a likable guy. You also have to have a fan base that's going to continue growing that forward. And when he calls me, or even surrounds himself with everyone, like I said, I tell everyone, I don't know anybody who doesn't like Jay. Like, he really marks.
I remember this thing about retiring. We talked about it right across the street. We're in front of Gold standing. He asked me, what does it feel like when you quit? It's funny. Him and I just had the conversation because I'm thinking about quitting, retiring. And I remember we talked about it. I remember that conversation him and I had. Yeah. We were in the corner. We were outside of the gym, man. It's funny.
Yeah. Well, he's the one that told me all this stuff too. He's the one that told me. He's like, he has so many things, so many different. I'm not trying to blast you out, Jay. My apologies, my guy.
No, he's a good dude, man.
But I'm just saying, like, he's like, you know, and I'm really just giving him, you know, hats off, utmost respect. Like, he literally, like, every time I got off the phone with him, I'm learning something new.
Yeah.
You know, with that guy.
And look how he treats people. Right?
Yeah, and he calls me up just to check on me. He'll text me. I mean, this is a guy who's, let's just say, probably one of the most busiest guys there is, and he's got time to say what's up to people.
Yeah.
You know, so all that clout stuff too that we're talking about, this, you know, the camaraderie and stuff, you know, that non-existent stuff that's now right now. I don't think it's necessary. I think we could still be, you know, pretty cool with each other, but.
It wouldn't hurt.
Yeah, I don't know.
Think about it. It's not gonna. It won't affect your training.
Yeah.
To be cool with someone else.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean you don't want to beat them.
Yeah.
You still have that competitive nature. Like we can be tight, but if we're competing, I want to beat you. I don't want to lose to you by any means. You know what I mean? And we can be cool, but I want to beat you. Just know that. But we're cool. It's not personal.
Right.
You know what I mean? But sometimes these guys make it personal. Like, why got to be personal, dude? Right. In the end, this isn't boxing. You're not going to knock them out. It's going to be people sitting at a table judging both you guys.
Yeah.
So you only have so much control. You can do what you have control over, then that's it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Which is preparing the best you can prepare, and that's all you have control over.
Yeah, but I think a lot of it gets washed in a facade. Like, you know, they'll show you rented cars on these, you know.
Yeah, a lot of guys, they finally do that.
You know, like they'll rent these cars and like, yeah, you know, I'm doing my thing, or they'll go get an Airbnb, or, you know, like I said, you guys, bodybuilding is an expensive, self-absorbed, it has to be, sport, and like, you know, you have to love it to be in it. Yeah. But if you're gonna love it, you have to have camaraderie. You have to be able to love who you're around, and
it's important, man.
It's so important because that is the best experience.
Yeah, like
that's
me and
the best part.
We still send each other like happy birthdays because we're born me and Idris were born the same day and year.
Yeah, see,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I mean, we got into each other way back from competing, and we're cool to this day.
Exactly.
He just got married. I sent him a congratulations, whatever, because that's the camaraderie we have from way back. Robert Lopez.
Yeah.
He's the guy from New York, right? Like my brother. You know what I mean? I went to New York a few years ago. He came down to meet me because he lives up that way in Jersey, and we just sat for hours, man. Just ate. But that's camaraderie. We built true friendship back then.
Yeah, they're building
a
relationship. You're building solid, long-lasting relationships. I mean, think about it, man. You're 1% of the population that bodybuilds, probably less than that, especially once you get to that level.
Yeah.
Those are the people that you get along with and can vibe with the most, and those are the guys that you want to shut down and not talk to and be cool.
Because you guys have experienced so many of the same things.
Yeah, it's hard.
You know, somebody might be able to help you with something, you know, because they've already been through it, and then they can be like, oh, yeah, I've dealt with that, man. This is how I handled it.
Right.
You know, but everybody, not everyone, but a lot of people are pushing people away, you know.
Not even want to talk to them, just, you know, just quiet. That's the thing is like, man, once you're there, it's just like, or even like when you're competing, I don't know. I think a lot of it, I mean, a couple of the big guys are still really cool that are still involved in it, but I felt like, you know, like Dexter, you know, Flex Wheeler, when you guys are playing. Oh my God, dude, argue over a piece of lettuce. I tell everybody
Dexter,
that.
Man.
Yeah, I love that guy.
He's funny.
But I'm just saying, like, when I'm in there working out with these guys, you know, and Sean and everyone, you know, it was always just jokes, laughter, love. You know, there was no, you know, and you can tell the people that are walking around like that, you know, those people suck. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, that's just me personally, you know what I mean? Like, I don't like you. You know what I mean? But but that doesn't mean it can't change.
Right.
But you know what I'm saying? But I don't like that, man. You know, I don't like that. I'm a very upfront guy, and I'm, you know, I'll dial it back because Rico's here. But because, you know, I don't want him to come start.
Don't make me laugh. Don't make me laugh.
I don't want him to start, you know, because he's like, actually, I brought the Bible.
No.
He starts opening it up.
I did not.
Dude. Yeah.
I didn't bring the Bible. I just brought the character.
You got the thick jacket.
I just hopefully brought the character. That's all, you know.
But yes, it's very much true. I like good people, and like, and the nicer you are to me, I go way past it. I go way past it. But I'm one of those guys that, you know, lets everyone know how I feel. I've always kind of been like that. And I mean, I'm still nice to you even if I don't like you.
You're a straight shooter,
Yeah,
man.
yeah. But I mean, I'm not gonna hang out with you, you know. So.
Oh, well, I respect people who are straight shooters.
Yeah, and you know, you're here, man. You know. And,
I respect
you know,
people. Well, I came, Matt.
Yeah.
You're my guy.
Yeah.
Right.
And it was a long drive too.
And you know, I remember you texted me yesterday, hey man, but I'm like, no, man, I gave you my word, dude.
Yeah, I know.
So, and I really work on keeping my word. It means something. You know, so
Hey,
like, I'm
doesn't
coming.
it? Your word
Yeah.
means something. Like one thing about you is like if you said you were going to do something, you would do it. You wouldn't lie to me. You wouldn't say like, yeah, let's make some plans and then brush me off. You know, and you know, I'm a real serious guy. Like you know, I do everything. You know, as much as I can possible for my friends as well. You know, as much as I can possibly do. And I would be there as much as you are for me if I knew how to, you know, or could be, you know. But I mean, I'm still learning from you, so you know that's something that I find that very important, man.
It is, man. So many people that take it lightly and they'll blow someone off or something and think it's no big deal. But no, man, your word means something because if someone was to ask me about you, I could feel like, yeah, I can recommend this guy. This guy words means something. Right. So if he says he's going to show up, he'll be there.
Right.
But if it's someone else who I'm like, I can't recommend this guy.
Yeah. And that travels fast. Word travels fast. If you're not a man of your word or a woman of your word or any of those things, like, you know, your loyalty is weak. You have no code, no honor.
Yeah.
True. You're going to get along, like, with the masses of people who don't have it and they can live in that. But, you know, the people that are real and do have loyalty, honor, and code, those people talk.
Yeah.
Those people, you know, put your credit out there.
Yeah.
You know, that's your name is your credit. Your word is your credit, your code, your loyalty. Like if I see one of my friends, you know, who has an issue with someone or not even has an issue, has had an issue with me before, I let my friends know that, hey, look, I've had an issue with this guy, just giving you a heads up because I don't want my friends to get burned. I don't want them to have to go through something. I know my guy is loyal. I know my guy has code. But the ones who don't have code or loyalty or anything like that, I let them go play. You know, if you've done me dirty and I can see a situation, I just stand by. I'll just watch it. Because, you know, I mean, I know a lot. You know, I've been quiet and I don't get involved in anyone's business, but I listen. You know, I listen and I know a lot about people. And things I don't say. And I'll never will. And I'll never put it out there. And even when people like, you know, try to get me to repost something negative, I don't clout chase.
See?
I won't ever do that.
I told someone that once. I won't say names. We had a conversation and they were upset and they posted something. And everybody was mad at this person, you know. And I put them aside. I'm like, why would you post that? You know, that's between you guys. He goes, well, he did this and this and this. I go, you know he did that.
Yeah.
But no one else knows he did that.
Right.
So you're looking like a jerk right now because all they see is your post because of what he did to you and how it made you feel. Right. But all they see is your post.
Yeah.
So now everyone's mad at you right now, upset with you because a lot of people like this person.
Right.
You know, because he hurt your feelings, but he didn't post anything about you.
Right.
You know, I said,
especially if they're like,
yeah. I said, so you got to be careful, man.
Very careful, because some people, like, I wouldn't say some. I would say most of these facades with these followings, a lot of them aren't real, genuine people. A lot of them, like you said, had to be about clickbait.
Yes, a lot of
they had to generate a fan base. They had to generate some sort of. They had to lie about who they are as a person. You know, basically to get out there or be controversial.
Controversial.
You like that word better, controversial.
Yeah, I don't want to call anybody a liar, but
whatever. You know,
controversy.
No one's gonna say nothing to me, man.
I see controversy.
It's all that crap. Basically, it's all the stuff that just shouldn't matter. You know what I mean? It shouldn't matter as much. And you go and you say something bad about someone, and your name isn't built up like that around a bunch of people who probably don't even know the guy, don't even know him on a personal level. Yeah, that's something that's bad. But if, like, say you were interacting with someone who did something extremely shady to me, I would pull you aside and just say, hey, man, just shout out, you know, real quick to you. This person did this, and this to me. Yeah. The choice is yours if you want to continue to move forward with them in this situation, but I just thought you would know.
Yeah, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Right, that's fine. But to blast somebody else out, like, all over social media is a childish thing to do. Like, you start talking about other people's business, and I mean, anytime I see someone put somebody else out there and tag them saying something bad, I just think they're corny. You know, like honestly, I think you're corny. I think you're childish.
It's obvious that they're hurt by this person, and now it's like they're gonna pay him back. I'm gonna show you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna put you out there.
Yeah.
It's like,
dude,
who benefits? You know what I mean? Nobody benefits.
Nobody.
Yeah.
What do you get? Like nothing. That's why I never shout out my enemies. I never, you know, let them know like I'm like, you know, that's a personal. And you don't want people to know your business anyway.
Well, also it's like the person who's doing that. You have to be like, oh, wait a minute. So how much can I really trust you? Because you get upset with me or something.
Oh,
you
yeah.
might,
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, because none of us we all have flaws. We all can hurt someone, even sometimes unintentionally.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
But it's like, that's your response. Okay,
Right.
I see you. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Because if I was out there posting about everyone's business because trust me, I know some things. Like I know a lot of things. If I was out there, let's just say someone does something dirty to me at the gym, which, you know, they have, you know, and I go out and I post that on social media. Next thing you know, people are gonna be like, "Dang, Matt, like, you know, well, you especially." You'd be like, "Matt, take that down, bro." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You'd be like, "That's whack." And then now your conversation and your closeness to me, part of that trust evaporates. Even if it never would. But it's just
it probably wouldn't.
But you know, but like. What's up, everybody? I'm Big Daddy Swolls. Hopefully you're enjoying your entertainment on BDS TV. If you are, please make sure to give me a like, comment, and subscribe so you guys can be the first to be notified about new content that's released. Also, be sure to check out my website, my music page, my social media platforms, and our merchandise store, all listed on the links below.
It depends like how much you did, and I'll be like, "What's up, man? Matt's tripping right now."
Well, I mean,
if you start doing a lot, I'll be like, "Matt, what's going on, man?"
Well, I have a reputation with me is like I've never lied on anybody. Like, you know, I've never lied on anybody, and like, it does sound harsh sometimes when I do come up and tell some people about other people's business because I'm trying to, you know, watch out for them. Or I let them know, like, hey, you know, but it sounds kind of harsh sometimes, but at the same time, it's like, it started that way because of like maybe my slang or how I conducted myself in the beginning. But I think my reputation has started to precede me a little bit as being like, you know,
your character.
Honest, yeah, I'm honest. I'm upfront and I'm loyal. I got code, I got honor, and I'll never turn my back on anybody.
Your loyalty's huge.
Ever. And I think that's faded away a lot too, I think.
Your loyalty's huge, man.
Yeah, like huge.
You know. Because I see guys who have coaches, then they leave the coach, then they might say something bad about the other coach. It's like, just leave the coach.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You don't have to talk bad about the coach. You might say, hey, man, we saw things differently. I appreciate the time I had with him. Hey, boom, I'm just moving somewhere. But
we could have done something differently.
Yeah, they don't have to.
You don't have to bash the coach. No. I've never really bashed the coach. I mean, I've said some things that... Well, it was true,
right?
But it wasn't like it was something in regards to like that's why I left.
Right. Yeah, it depends on it really depends on how you frame it.
I didn't blast it on the internet.
You know, I'm talking about people on the internet.
Oh no, but from yeah. But for me, I was like, dude is a great guy. Like, you know, great guy. But he almost killed me. You know what I'm saying?
That's different guy.
You know what I'm saying? So I can't, you know.
That's a conversation, but people get on the internet and they blasting people and
that's crazy.
I'm like,
it's also weak. It means you can't control your emotions. It means you can't show reserve.
But also with coaches, I think that you go in with this guy, you trust this guy for whatever reason. You know, it depends on how long you've been working together.
Yeah.
A lot of times I tell people, hey man, you working with this guy, he's still getting to know your body if it's your first time together.
Yeah.
You know, and hopefully the coach is a sincere person who really wants you to win. It's not about money. I'll give every coach that benefit of the doubt,
you
right?
Would like to.
Yeah. But I'm like, if things don't go quite right, you got to remember this guy's also still trying to learn your body. Body's a very intricate thing, dude. It's not, you know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of work and details to your body.
Yeah, because everybody responds differently. You
know?
They absorb carbs a little bit differently, water a little bit, diuretics, even people say diuretics are going to do this. Like, you know, taller guys
Some
especially.
people need just a little bit.
Or not even that. Or maybe can't even take it.
Yeah.
You know, because, I mean, I lose crazy size.
And I always tell people, I said, if you think you got to take a ton of diuretics, you know, to make it, chances are you probably just not in shape.
Yeah.
I said, because chances are what you're looking at isn't a bunch of water.
Yeah.
So you're going to take the diuretic, flatten out, and be like, I took too many diuretics. Chances are you just weren't in shape.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Because when you're in shape, you might just have a little bit of water to peel off, and you're there.
And you might not even need it.
You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, you might not even.
So when you're taking a line, I'm like, man, you just got to be honest and say, maybe I wasn't in shape.
Yeah. Yeah, but there are some other things that go on, like coaches, not being coaches. There are some people that, just hand out cookie cutter diets, email the same diet. So I don't care about the athletes. Bring on as many as we can, build up a name, put our name everywhere,
dangerous.
and then bring as many people as we can, funnel the money in and push it out, which is, like I said, it's not only is it dangerous, it gives you a bad name, it's bad business. It shows lack of empathy. People can get hurt. I mean, this is a serious sport.
If you're doing a lot of diets, I mean, if you get to where you're doing a lot, I think it's
not a good coach.
Very close to impossible to be very intricate with every person.
I think you can probably hold 10 tops.
Yeah, maybe
10,
10 at the most.
10, 12. I mean, you're pushing it.
If we're talking competitors.
Yeah.
If it's some diet, people just trying to lose weight, it's very simple.
That's simple. Yeah.
But if I'm trying to peak you on a day at an hour for a show, come on, dude.
Yeah, you need phone calls. You need how you doing. Check. You need to be friends with these people.
It's like how you doing, and like how you doing, physically. How you doing emotionally,
spiritually.
Yeah, it's like because that emotional part is huge, man.
Right. Yeah, and it can't be about drama. They can't be bringing in other people's problems or their problems or life. Like it literally just has to be about you. But like when you guys get together, it's always a positive environment. Yeah. They call, they check on you, they want to be around you. I mean, I don't know, man. It's just a lot of this stuff just seems like you gotta be careful when you hire a coach, you guys. I mean,
no, you do.
Like you
gotta be careful for sure.
Yeah, because if you don't. Like I've hired coaches, and I'm not gonna say names because I don't do that, but unless you really make me mad.
But you gotta trust your coach.
Yeah, you have to trust your coach, and when you start knowing, like when you're not getting phone calls, when you like start getting a diet and you're off for some reason, or really off, or like when you've just become someone part in the back burner. It's okay to question it.
I've had athletes tell me that about different experiences.
This happened with me
when a person kind of disappeared, and they're like, they felt like they weren't a priority because maybe it was a bigger athlete they're working with.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, and it always happens because they want their name up. They want their recognition. They want their brand. Instead of going with someone, because listen, you guys, if you are a coach, spend your time with their people because your name is going to carry on a lot longer than a win. It's going to carry, I mean, like there's certain people that I would go with before I'd go with like, the top guy, the diet, it's about being healthy, being taken care of, asking for everything possible from you to keep you alive, to keep you healthy. Because like I said, if you're with someone who doesn't know anything and just wants money, you know how dangerous that is, you guys?
No, it's very dangerous.
That's just stupid. And those coaches are stupid. Like straight up. I mean, I'll talk to you. I know. Sorry.
I'm not saying
you're gonna break up the Bible again.
I just think sometimes people are about the money grab, and there's not sincerity behind it.
It's short-lived.
Yeah,
short-lived. And people about money grab don't even know where to put the money. They just want it.
Yeah,
and that's another.
And
problem.
you're playing with people's health. That's the thing about this sport. Like don't just get a money grab. Really, really take care of the people, man. But to the athlete, I'll say a lot of times some athletes, they'll come and ask you questions, but they have a coach. I'm like, dude, I don't want to go talk to your coach, but I think maybe you're looking a little flat, but go talk to your coach about it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because that's who you're trusting. Right. You're asking me a question. Yeah. I think maybe you're a little ahead, but I'm not doing any job. You got to talk to your coach.
Right.
I think you need to fill out somewhere. You're going to be like this when you get to the show, but go see what your coach has planned.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because you asked me, I'm going to tell you. Right? But other than that, as far as me talking about your foods, we'll not do it. Yeah. That's your guy.
Right.
You know what I mean?
The fact that they're even asking you is a problem.
Yeah.
They shouldn't even be need to asking you. You see? That's what I'm saying.
Well, sometimes I think people, they just want this, they want
the
reassurance
validation.
Too. Yeah, like how you think. Yeah, and I'm like, you really want to know? Like, you may not like it.
Yeah. See, there's a lot of the reasons.
Because I'm not going to lie to you, but I won't even offer it. You asked me.
You always told me when I was off or when I wasn't. You always did. Hey, but I was looking good.
Well, because I want you to do well, man.
Hey, but you were also, the first time you told me I was on and I was swole was like last year. You told me, hey, bro.
Yeah, you look good then.
Yeah, man.
Then you went to the national.
Yeah, but the diuretic, already fucked me up, man. I felt flat, man.
It happens, man.
But dude, man, I was
It happens.
diesel that year, bro. But anyways, that's all good. I'm not gonna flip my.
It happens to all of us.
But I think that was the first time I ever got a compliment from you, man.
Well,
like,
you look
know.
good, man.
Yeah, man.
I don't want to just run around lying to people.
I was coming in, right?
And then laugh. Because some people do be like,
like Dexter.
Oh, Dexter's a fool. Dexter's a fool.
Dexter will do that all day.
Dexter's a fool.
But not then he'll say that. He will
That's
say
my
that
dude.
shit to your face, though.
Yeah.
You know the camera's right here.
Sometimes.
You can look at the camera too, right? I'm just saying.
I'm talking to you, fool.
Oh, okay. I didn't know you doing the Debo thing. You know?
I'm talking to you.
Oh, okay. All right.
But Dexter, my dude, I miss him sometimes, to be honest, because we had some good laughs, man.
Yeah, no, he still calls me up and joke,
You know.
like joking and stuff. I joke about how small he's getting.
Because he was what's in that. He had became family. You know what I mean? Because he was there so much.
Oh man.
You know, yeah.
He was real family. Yeah,
no doubt.
He was real family.
Everybody loved that fool, man. He's a fool. He's a fool.
You know. Wait, so did you train with Charles?
Yeah, me, Flex, and Charles actually trained together for a while when Charles was younger.
See, I didn't know that part.
Yeah, we were training like in some of those videos when you see like the old videos when we're training.
Yeah, the mirrors.
Charles was training with us. Like there's some old training videos of me, Flex, and Charles that some people put up, and we did a training video for Flex back in the day. There's some on YouTube, right? People be sending them to me back when I was younger.
We're gonna find them.
Had the
we'll find them. We'll put them right here. Right here. Right here. Center's name.
And we were training. And Charles was actually our training partner too, but he was like leading the sessions. But he was working out with us,
right?
You know. And then he started getting older, and and he had his knee was hurting him a little bit.
Wait, so you were in there when he was competing still?
Yeah.
So he was still competing when you were training.
Yeah,
with
Charles did that came back and did the Masters Olympia one year. Did you know that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
When?
Yeah, he did the Masters Olympia one year when they had the Masters Olympia, and he did like a backflip on stage. Yeah.
Wait, that was him.
Charles.
No, I know. But that was that show.
Yeah.
I didn't know that was that.
Yeah, he did
what year was that?
Masters. I don't remember. It was like when he might have did the one when they first brought it back. I'm trying to remember. But yeah, he was training with us for a while. Then he goes, "Hey, I'm not gonna train with you guys anymore, man. I'm just gonna train you guys." You know, so he just trained us. You know what I mean? Yeah. And people don't. Well, you know this, but a lot of people don't realize Charles was an engineer.
Oh yeah.
So he takes that engineering degree and he tweaks angles with your elbows or your hands, whatever, in the machine to fire different muscle groups, right? You know, so he's applied that well to his training. That's why I tell people, I go, people will mimic something they see Charles doing
all the time,
not knowing why he's doing it.
Yeah. Or I'll see people doing exercises that have never been done before out in the middle of nowhere. I'm like, that's Charles's exercise.
But they'll mimic it a lot of times if they have, and not knowing why, or the order the exercise was put in.
Oh, yeah.
You know, what did we do before the exercise to maybe pre-exhausted or around? But they don't know. Because I always tell people, I said, when you see something, you got to know when someone's been training for it, there's a method to the madness. They're not just doing it.
Yeah.
Could be a certain order, certain rep range, certain day. You can mimic it to a degree.
Yeah.
But you may not get 100% because you don't know why and when.
That's true.
You know what I mean? Yeah. I always tell people, I said, there's a method to the madness.
I learn something every day.
Yeah.
Something new. Like I'm like, whoa, this is a new workout. This is the new workout. And I see a lot of these workouts and manipulation of the machines.
Yeah.
You know, or the weights or the joints or the elbows or whatever. And then I see it being mimicked by other people, but I've never seen it before Charles did it. And it's like years later I'll see it somewhere else, you know.
But you see a lot of people, right? Like, but they don't realize, like when they saw some of the stuff we're doing, right? With these angles and stuff. Yeah. They don't realize the foundation we built first, though. Yeah. So people start doing these intricate, lighter movements.
They're not even able to flex that muscle.
And they don't have the foundation.
Yeah, they don't even have the muscle to flex that muscle. Yeah. So it's like it has to work itself into it.
But we did do front squats and back squats and heavy leg presses, heavy incline barbell, bent over barbell rolls. We did the basics. Heavy T-bar rolls, right? Yeah. Heavy seated cable rolls. Yep. We would do the pull-ups with the weight strapped around our waist, chin-ups, right? Yeah. So we laid a foundation before they would see the intricate. Yeah. No, you need the foundation, man.
First, you just can't go and jump into it. That's true.
No, you got the foundation and that muscle density. That's what you see. Some guys, they're missing that muscle density, right? Because they blew up pumping and maybe right. Maybe more chemical enhancement than hard work, right?
Yeah, well, that can happen too. Yeah, like, a lot of people just go crazy with that shit.
Yeah, and I say you blew up, but you still don't have muscle density or quality.
Don't
There's a
lose
reason.
it like that as soon as they get off. That, like, I don't know. For me, like, let's say when I stop, I last around 3 to 4 or 5 months before I even start to get small. You know?
Because you have a foundation.
Yeah, like, you know. But I mean, I've been doing this for you guys. I've been there for 15 years.
Really?
I've been there for 15 years, bro. Yeah, you didn't know that, huh? Yeah, I started the same time Brad did. I started the same time.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, bro. And my picture's still not on that.
With Brad Rowe.
Same time, yo. Yeah. Why's everybody's picture on that wall, not mine? What's up with that? No, I'm just kidding. No. I'm just kidding, man. We're gonna fix that problem. I know they love me, man. I know they love me. I don't oversee the. I know. You know honestly, it doesn't even bother me. I just think it's funny. You know. But no, I've been there that long.
15 years.
Never canceled my membership. Never did anything. I've been there that long. 15 years. Damn, I've been there longer than most. You know. I mean, yeah.
Well, I didn't know that, man.
Yeah, I'm OG there, bro.
I remember Brad.
I'm easily forgettable, man. Like, I don't know what it is, man. Maybe they forget about me all the time. I don't know.
Dude.
You know what I mean?
Dude. You disappear. Come on.
For what?
You
like
live
what?
in
Like
Venice,
a year at a time?
Then you go to where you at? You're not in Venice now?
So what? I'm going back next week.
I'm just saying. You're not moving back.
Yeah, I'm moving back. I'm moving back next week.
You told me you were not.
I told you I'm moving back next week. Yeah, bro.
You're gonna have to edit this out now because you.
No, this is gonna be it. I'm moving back next week.
I asked you. You said I'm not leaving Orange County, man.
No, I'm not.
Say that makes sense.
But I am.
You're gonna have to edit this down.
No, I am.
Now you're not making sense.
No,
your viewers gonna be like,
no. I am going to always I eventually want to be in Orange County, right? So yeah, I always come back to Orange County for sure.
So you moving back to Venice?
Yeah, I'm 100% moving back to Venice. 100%, I'm back there.
You kill it because I asked you the other day. You're like, nah,
man. Sometimes I need a break from that place, bro. You know how.
You don't have to be in the gym all day, man.
No, I'm not in the gym all day. But what I'm trying to say is like, I don't. How do I put this? Certain people in the gossip, especially when they start getting involved with your life, and that's something I never let anyone get anywhere close to. Anyone gets close to my interpersonal life. Like I respect everyone else's,
right?
So I respect people. Once people start entrenching their opinions into people that are my personal life, that people are involved with my personal life, that becomes a problem because now they're affecting my bubble. Now they're inside my bubble and they're putting their thoughts and their beliefs all inside a place of my own sanctuary, you know?
Right.
So when people interject themselves or start doing things like that, because I respect everyone's boundaries. Like I said, I know a lot of things. But I don't go into people. But if they go into my stuff, then it's.
I know what you're talking about, but that's an old hat.
No. I'm saying, but it's happened a couple times. So sometimes I need a break. So sometimes I'm like, man, okay, let me step out
making me laugh
before
right now.
someone gets hurt. You know what I'm saying? No, this is all staying in. I don't cut my unless it's something you don't want to. But no, I mean, but you know how I am, bro. It's like, I gotta save lives by leaving sometimes, I have to, man, because it's like, I can't, I have to get everyone out of my thing. That's very personal to me. My bubble is very personal. It's my life. That's my sanctuary. That's where I go home to. Some people don't care about it because those are the people who have like destructive lives and they have no peace and I don't know if they want it or they don't know how to maintain their bubble of peace, but Rico, I don't know much more about you outside of the gym than what you've told me today, except you're a good guy, you're loyal, how you carry yourself. And I don't ever try to get involved more than that,
right.
And if I hear a story or something like that, like I'll bring it to you and only you.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? And
I'm like, let someone tell me what they want me to know.
You know what I'm saying? So It's like, I don't ever say anything about anybody,
Yeah.
Ever. I won't ever do it.
Yeah.
I might joke with you about it. But it's your personal life, bro. That's a big deal. And so when people do it to me, it's personal. So that's I find so that's why I have to leave Venice once in a while because sometimes people will get involved in my life a little too much, and that's not something I'm okay with. So that's so it's good for me to leave, but I'd never left. I don't leave. I don't leave. No, I don't. I'm always, dude. I was just there, dude. Like, bro. Like,
I know, Matt. You were, But you were gone for a bit. You disappeared for a
Okay,
little
how long did I leave for?
I don't know. You were gone for a bit.
I've never left longer than like
year?
a couple months. Nope.
It's been months, though.
Months.
You left
Yeah,
for
a
months
couple
before.
months.
You disappeared. I'm like,
Couple
where's
months.
Matt?
Yeah, a couple months, but not like ever. Like I'm always back.
I know.
You know, and I start poking my head again. I'm back in. You know. I'm
You
local.
be moving
there.
here and there.
Yeah, but I'm local. Like I'm not like a guy that just
You
is
local.
Like, okay, when I walk in there, everybody's.
I know, you local.
You know what I mean?
You local.
Yeah, you better give me my
local.
props, man.
You local, man.
Yeah. Kinda. Oh man. Why is it but you know the thing is okay, here's the thing is like everybody remembers when I leave.
Right.
Everybody,
Because it gets quiet.
It gets quiet. I'll tell you, I come in and I say hi to everybody though. But everybody knows when I leave. Nobody notices when anybody else leaves.
I know.
Nobody notices when
Because you have energy, man. You have presence.
Yeah, and so like I come back and people are like, but it takes a while to get used to me again because I do run around a little bit hyper and interact.
No, you have good energy, man.
I try to bring that out in people as well, especially if they're in bad moods and stuff. I'm always trying to just be nice.
No, you have good energy. You do, man.
But it's hard sometimes. Sometimes those people, it get a little tough. So that's me personally. But that's why I left sometimes because it's like, if I can't maintain my bubble and be at peace, I can't function.
Yeah.
And so when people are in my life, like that's a big issue for me. And then the consistent.
Like they're trying to stir
always
conflict. And
just to get something out of me. It's just like, listen, it's like you're doing that because you think I won't do something. So I better get out of here before I do.
Yeah.
And that's just, it's like my safety net, And that's why I left. That's why I left sometimes.
I think as you continue to evolve as you're doing now, you that'll roll off easier.
No, it is rolling off easier. But my thing is, they were tapping on something close to my personal life, like very good. It's something you don't want anybody involved with.
Yeah.
Let's just say like, if someone from the gym started getting involved in like your child's life and started talking on your child or trying to something like that.
Well, I'll pull them aside and have a conversation. Yeah.
Okay, but sometimes they don't listen, right? So then they keep going and going and going. So you have to exit yourself from a situation like that, and you have to breathe, focus, recenter yourself, and be that's the responsible thing to do as far as my background goes. So that's why that's the way how I have to deal with things, so, and it's like sometimes these people will keep going on years and years and they'll keep going it. So it's like I have to recenter my focus, and just keep going it. It's not strange. It's not, it's really, what I mean? Like,
like people have nothing better to do. That's just,
yes, dude, I've seen people actually go for like 5 to 6 years, like bent on something, just continually trying to destroy somebody. I've seen it. It gets nuts sometimes.
Your life's too short for that.
Isn't it? And that's why it's like you have to like exit away from it. And it's like if you feed it, it keeps going. You just feed the fire. You just feed the fire. So you have to just like, you know what? This person's going to continue what they're going to do. I have to go somewhere, be away, center myself, get focused, get realigned. And then I can come back and deal with it in a calm and peaceful manner. Because if you're in the emotional aspect of it and it's going to get you and it's going to cause some problems, you have to leave.
Yeah, you can make a mistake.
Yeah, it's very easy to make emotions. Emotions are always the wrong. Like anytime now you react off an emotion, it's always the wrong mistake. It's always the wrong move. I've always
I tell people that. I said there's a reaction, then there's a response.
Right.
I said a lot of time you got to wait and figure out your response.
Right.
But some people, they just react. And a lot of time that's the bad choice.
Right.
So I say wait to see how you should respond.
Right.
It's two different things I say, right?
Right. The emotions have to leave your body. Then, that's why you have to kind of exit a situation and be away from it, and then breathe, get focused, recenter. Then you can address the situation. Those are the reasons why I leave sometimes, bro. Like those are
that's
my
good,
honest
man.
reasons. So it's like it has nothing to do with not the people. Of course, I have my section of people who I'm always good with, but those few bad apples and seeds, that 100%, can bury their way underneath your skin, and they can start irritating you to a point to where you will react, instead of being like, calm, cool, and collective and making the right decision. And that's part of the reasons why I'm actually able to get out of the background that I was in, the ghetto. Because most people that get trapped in those situations are making reactions. They are making those, emotional reactions and mistakes So it's ruining their lives, not only permanently sometimes, but like, decades at a time. And not only that, the people around them they love. So
a lot of it's been an ego, and then they make this huge mistake, and they pay for it for years.
Yeah. And that's just like, someone like, you, because I heard, because we're all kind of young, you know what I mean? Like it takes time, to, because, you grew up in a rough time too.
Yeah.
It wasn't like, you grew up in the height of gang culture.
Yeah.
You were out here. So, I mean, I know there's certain things you probably don't want to talk about, don't need to, but at the same time is, like I said, I'm not probing either, and I'm not trying to put your business out there. But I will say this. You wouldn't be able to tell me these things if you didn't already just start mastering, what you've, been able to preach. That's one thing about you is I know you have been through these things. And,
I've seen some stuff.
And you've had to,
you laugh.
Controversial,
Yeah, I've seen stuff, of course.
Yeah, but I'm saying, like, you've been through it. Yeah. So it's like, you wouldn't be able to tell me this stuff unless you've experienced it. You growing up, how gang culture, all this stuff, you've had to have been able to master this. Otherwise, you wouldn't be where you are right now. You wouldn't be in a peaceful environment with yourself. You wouldn't be as calm, cool, and collective. For me, it's like the same thing. Like if I decided to do everything off my pride and my ego, like I would be. Yeah. Could you imagine, bro?
Destruction.
Dude, it'd be like nothing. Like I wouldn't be able to grow. I'd be dealing with court cases and domestic abuse and violence, and I wouldn't have anything. My time would be taken up by other things.
Yeah.
So that's why it's important to be able to show control. If you can't show control, then you have to remove yourself from a situation.
Exactly.
So that's why I left Venice.
See, exactly. See, you put the nail on the head, man. That's why I try to, tell like younger people I meet, because I was able to do a graduation, like a speaker at graduation for
That's
eighth graders.
cool.
Yeah, because of inner city. Because I told my friend was a principal, and I told her I wanted to work more with inner city kids, and so I was able to be the speaker at the graduation. It was really cool, man, and talk to them because they were inner city, right at
That's very cool.
charter school.
Yeah.
So I was able to.
Is that
talk
like continuation school?
No, just a charter. No, it's an inner city school where they kind of privatized a little bit, but not totally private school. It's still a public school.
Yeah, because I think like for me, don't mean to interrupt. I had a continuation school because expelled from high school. Continuation school was the same thing.
Washington had that too.
Yeah. And then you became an adult and you went to charter school. Like, but it was like a little closed off.
Oh, okay.
That's what they call charter. But anyway,
but now they're different. The charter school
words
it's
always,
words
always changing.
Supposed to be better, get a better education there, better programs.
Oh, okay.
Less. Fewer kids in the classroom.
Yeah. More attention to each kid.
So the kids have a better opportunity.
Tell me about it. So you got to.
No, it's kind of what you're saying. I was able to give them a different perspective because I had experienced a lot of things in inner city growing up. Violence and participating in violence and people trying to be violent towards me. Just the experience of it.
Yeah, see, that's the depth of you that, like, I know you have because how you carry yourself, but, like, to me, that's the more interesting part in the, not, per se, just that, but I think it's motivational, and I think that part is your character. I think that's what helped build you into who you are. I think that's the most important part of a person. For me, my most important part of was how I was raised. So I find it very important, the structure of like, what you came to be, how you came to be, dealing with all that stuff, being able to maintain yourself as a very unique attribute. A lot of people don't have because they don't have to grow up and deal with a lot of things like that. So, maintaining your or at least knowing how to structure it or manipulate it to where you can be okay and deal with your attitude or your emotions is just as big as the win of just being as reserved, I think.
Yeah.
So, so like I said, I think it's a very, very remarkable attribute because I know like you've been through some things, I know you have. And, I find it very admirable also. And I look up to you because like you've told me like, some things, personal things that, like I said, I keep between us, that has helped me out a lot in my life. You know what I mean? I know you couldn't have been through those things unless you or even, be able to like talk to me about those things because, you went through the same experiences.
Yeah.
So, I find it very, very valuable, and I think a lot of youngsters do too. You know what I mean?
Dude, I think it's important, man, because, because I think personally, I think that having some street smarts is valuable.
Dude, you're talking about alpha male. You almost have to have that to be an alpha male.
Yeah.
Like it's part of being an alpha male. Like I don't think rich kids, they might like get in little fights and stuff, but I don't think they form that grit.
Yeah.
I think you almost have to be from a very violent background to be an alpha.
You need some grit for sure.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, but then you have to know how to
manage it.
Manage it. Yeah. So you're not all over the place. But you need some grit, man, because the bottom line is, no matter how much wealth you have or don't have, you're gonna be tested in different ways. Because that's a part of life. You know what I mean? And some people who grew up and they were never really tested because everything was kind of just, they fall apart.
Yeah, under pressure.
Yeah.
Go crazy.
Yeah.
Take drugs, all that stuff. I was talking about the other day where, it might sound like I'm hating, but I swear I'm not, because I almost wish I was put in this position to where, a rich person will show their kid every avenue of how to make money and implement them with the right contacts and right sources, which are kind of already grooming them into being a successful person, individual, right? Someone like you and I, who had to come from very harsh places, we only have so many resources we have to be able to pull from. I say this all the time, it's very hard, and coming from where I'm from, you're from, we only have so many resources to pull from, and what we're going to go for is what we're going to go for. Because what we like is what we like, and what we need is what we need, and what we feel is important is what's going to be important. What we're told is important as well,
Right.
In the hood, we're told something else is important. We're told respect is more important than anything else.
Respect.
Ego. Your pride is the main thing that'll cost you relationships. It'll cost you, your love, your family, your fortune. It'll cost you everything. Pride will cost you everything if you don't know how to put it down, and you also know how to. And your pride isn't necessarily just like not backing down. Like that's a whole other thing. When you say not backing down, it's like knowing what's worth fighting for.
Exactly.
Pick your battles, and that can really destroy someone if you don't know how to. Like certain things aren't worth it, and everybody's information. Like, dude, like you get a fool's information, you're gonna get fool's results. I mean, even if you get $1 million. And you can fill a trash can up with $1 million. Guess what? It's still a trash can.
Yeah.
All this perspective and everything else. So if you don't know how to, take it, like where you're from and I'm from, and it's hard to do. Like I tell a lot of people, it's an anomaly to come out of that. It's hard to come out of that situation. It's very hard. So, and to be able to pull your resources together, that's like being a multi-millionaire coming from where we came from.
Yeah.
Because it's like our amount of time. And our battles were a lot different than someone who's been guided into everything with the meal.
And prepared and set up for success.
Yeah, because now you have all those resources that someone came along and built and already connected for you.
Yeah.
Now you can go ahead and get ahead of the deals. Now you have money in your bank account. Now you know where to place your money. Now you know where to put things. Now you know how to structure things. And you haven't been exposed to violence. You haven't exposed to hardships. You haven't been exposed to not being able to eat your next meal. You haven't dealt with any of that stuff. You haven't had to worry about not paying the bills, not having electricity on at night. You haven't had to go through that. And not only that, on top of that, what's even worse, not knowing where to go to get, things taken care of so you can move forward to the next level. They don't teach you that. They don't even teach you about business in school.
I know.
Nothing. None of it.
They never teach you about finance.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I was telling my kids, because I was blessed enough to put all my kids through one of the top private schools, right?
That's awesome, bro.
And I said, it's funny, you had just great education, which is great. Taught them definitely how to be resourceful. Like,
You have to be.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
coming from your background, that's it's good, right?
It's a blessing, right? And then for them to be in, like, they all got accepted to the colleges they wanted to go to. They didn't have to settle.
Right.
They're like, my son's like, I want to go to Syracuse, right? Mm-hmm. And he got accepted into like a bunch of like top universities. He said, I'm gonna wait, Dad, and see. And he goes, I got it, Syracuse.
There it is.
Then my daughter's like, I want to go to USF. She got accepted to. I'm like, USF? Yeah, that's just where I want to go. She got it. You know what I mean? It was like, yeah. Then my other daughter had wanted to go to Pace. She got into Pace, New York. It was like they prepare them for this stuff, right? Like you prepare, and then now they're there. They're like, and I say, is it true what they say that this school prepares you for college, so college seems easy? I asked them, and they all said yes, because they prepare you so well for the next step. Once they got to college, they're like, it's not even hard. I'm like, really? They're like, no. I'm like, oh, so it's true? They're like, yeah, it's true, Dad. you know. But it's like, so I talk to them about stocks and investments. No one talked to me about it, right?
Yeah.
You know, so I
That's
told
a
them
resource
once.
you're actually able to, you've grabbed.
Yeah.
You've given your kids a shortcut. So you've cutting off time
Yes.
that you've been able to obtain yourself. That's
Don't just work to pay bills.
Yeah,
Like,
no. You're cutting off time and saving them time to implement a better future for themselves and their family.
Yeah.
And you can keep growing, you can keep compiling, you can keep stacking on that as long as it's passed down.
Yeah.
Right? So you can keep saving time as you generate. So, someone like us, I mean, I don't know how bad and harsh yours was, but someone like me, I grit, grime, food stamps, just, I won't even tell you. Like, it was just, pretty standard hood stuff. To be able to come from that, and to make something of yourself is huge.
yeah.
That's almost better than being a billionaire son and making $1 billion. It's just as hard.
Yeah.
It might even be harder because you're not, getting those things.
No, you have to go and find a way to do it.
Right.
And it's character.
Right.
Because people are going to have to want to be around you. They're going to have to want to do business with you. Because I have a friend who's very wealthy. He told me, he goes, I don't care how much money someone has. If we're going to do business together, I have to feel like I want to be around this person or I won't do the deal.
Right.
And I always remember him telling me that. But this is a man of character also, right? And he told me something. Because I like to absorb information. So I'll put things in, okay, all right.
Yeah.
And he said, he goes, if I do a deal with someone and if I win and they don't win, it's not a good deal.
Right.
But if they win and I don't win, it's not a good deal. But if we both win, then it's a good deal.
then you
So
have
it
a
showed
relationship.
me his character.
Right.
Because it's not just about him winning. I'm like, it's a good character.
Yeah.
And I think that's right.
Yeah.
So I try to live my life that way. Because I say, if I eat, I want you to eat.
Right.
If we do something together, I don't want to get full and I'm looking at my guy starving. Right. Let's eat together.
Right.
You know what I mean? Maybe I'll have less because you're eating too. But hey, man, we eating together.
Right.
You know what I mean?
That's what it's
but
about.
some people, I see at a time, they just want to eat and get full.
Yeah.
And they don't want to give out information. Oh no, if I give them information, then it might take away from me.
It's
I'm
just
like,
another form of hating, bro. It's all it is. Being able to see you tomorrow, the next day is a blessing to be able to do that. Because like I said, especially the mentality where we grew up in, we only see that part. We're trained to only see today because we get trained because the next meal, got to eat, barely got to pay the bills. I got to pay this. I got to do this. So, not that it's always their fault, but it's like we're trained from that very moment to like only go by day, by day, by day, by day, by day. And that's also like, it's a habit. It's habit forming.
yeah.
And so then now you go out into the world
With the same habit.
mentality. Okay, even if you did have the resources at that point, you're already ruined. So now how hard is it going to be able to like break that habit? So, you have to have money for a while, start making money for a while to be able to break that habit. And that's something that happens a lot, And, there's all the people that are, have greed and just pocket and penny pinch and things like that. There's those people as well. But I'm just saying, like, it's habit forming, being able to get out of the, those bad environments because, like, you are worried about today.
Well, some people also, they feel this guy said something, it's a motivational speaker I like, Les Brown is his name, right? Mm-hmm. And he goes, some people rather live in a known hell than find an unknown heaven. It's like they're in a place they don't like, but they know it, so they'll stay because they don't know what's out here.
Might be worse, might be better.
That's what I'm saying. But go see. I tell the kids, go see what's out there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Leave your neighborhood and go see what's out there.
Yeah.
Don't be afraid, but because they get so stuck in a ratio of blocks,
right?
And in the neighborhood, every area is known as a different gang area. It's like, oh, I'm in the where you live. Oh, I live in the Rolling 60s neighborhood. Mm. Where is that located though? What's the street?
Right.
Oh, my friend lives in the A-Trade gangster neighborhood. It's like that mentality.
Yeah.
It's like, no, this 83rd.
Yeah.
It's 83rd in Normandy. Oh, you live off of 65th and Western. That's where you live. But everything is a gang neighborhood, and they boxed themselves in.
Yeah, they did it to themselves. They formed a community in themselves, and it became. I even hate to say it, but like it is what it is. It's a narrow-minded thinking, and it needs to be broken.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying it is with everyone. You know, there are people that do venture out and do their thing, but you're gonna just basically base your whole life and all your decisions and pride and ego off of just a square block of people when there's 7 billion people in this world, and you haven't even your whole lifetime you couldn't even see the whole world, and you're worried about this one little block.
Yeah, and we'll risk your life
and kill yourself for what, and then destroy your family, destroy your own family, your own flesh and blood, your generation, and your bloodline, all that over.
I've seen it.
Over what?
A neighborhood. And the people keep living. Yeah. They'll mourn for a minute, but then they keep on with their lives.
Yeah. Oh,
yeah. And someone gets locked up, oh, the homie's gone. He's locked up. They'll think about him for a minute. They go on with their lives.
They don't write them.
Yeah, I'm
they
like.
They don't write them.
Like, come on, guys.
Yeah, it's like, what are you giving it up for? Are you giving all this shit up for what? Nothing.
And what do you own?
It's literally nothing.
And what do you own?
And what are you getting?
Do you really own this area in this neighborhood that you're dying for? Do you own it? No. Yeah. You probably, chances are you're renting or your parents renting, and you only live in that neighborhood because you live with your parents who happen to move there.
Yeah. Yeah. So,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, you're not obligated to stay there. There's no obligation.
Yeah.
Anywhere. You leave, they'll forget about you. If they'll forget about you, you go into prison, they'll forget about you if you leave the neighborhood.
Exactly.
It's the same. They're not gonna stop drinking 40s or, doing shit on the patio. They're
gonna keep doing what they were doing.
So it's up to you to break your habit and be able to form a different habit towards success, which is very hard to do.
And if you want to give back,
that's fine.
That's different. Like me, I want to give back. I want to talk to kids and this and that, but I don't feel the need to go hang out there.
Right.
I want to give back. Hey man, if I can motivate you and guide you to take chances, don't be afraid of failure. Because I was telling my kids, I go, let me tell you something about failure, guys. I go, if you fail, it's fine. It's a part of growing. Go fail. What you failed at today? You try anything new? Go and try it. Go fail at it and keep it pushing. I said, because if you get a bad grade in school, I told them this when they were in like junior high and high school. If you get a bad grade in school, I'm going to see where you got the grade, right? We're going to talk about it. Let's say you get a D. Why'd you get the D? I did my best. I got the D. Whoa, let me help you get a better grade. What can we do to help you get better? But now, if you got a D because you were lazy, then we have to have a different conversation. Yeah. You know what I mean? But if you got a D because you worked hard, you just didn't figure it out, oh, we'll work on that.
That's a time down thing.
Right? Yeah.
That's a time down thing.
But people are taught that failure is bad because when they get the F and everybody comes down hard on them in school, now they're afraid to fail. So then they don't realize it kind of puts them in a box because what if I try this new thing and I fail? Because failure's bad.
Yeah.
So subconsciously, failure's bad.
And it makes you feel stupid. It makes you feel dumb. Makes you feel like an outcast.
Yeah.
Makes you feel like, and then,
You don't raise your hand. Why? Because if I raise my hand and say the wrong answer, I'm going to be so embarrassed.
Right, yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I had to break that habit in college.
Yeah.
I think I was getting tutored 8 hours a day at a certain point to get, like, I literally would just go and get tutored 8 hours a day.
But you did it.
Yeah. And I was told by this one teacher one time, he said, if you just show up and you just try, you will pass. But you have to just show up and try, and you'll pass. The motherfucker was right. Yeah, he was right, And, even if you do fail, I mean, even a D.
You'll learn something, dude.
D is passing.
If you gave your best and you get a grade that you wouldn't want to get, you have to still sit and say, hey, I gave my best. Doesn't mean your life's over.
No.
You know what I mean?
You still got time. You're still here.
Yeah.
You're still moving.
Let me learn from this, man. Yeah. Go and fail. Go ahead. I tell my kids, go fail. I'm not going to be mad at you for failing. Did you try it? Did you like it? You didn't like it? Okay. Try something else. Did you like it? You enjoyed it? All right, go for it.
Yeah.
Well, you know what I mean?
Yeah, well, you have to also, fall in love with what you love to do. I mean, like,
thank you.
You have to, like, if you don't love what you do, you're already cutting out half of your life right there, making it.
And what about the process, right?
Yeah.
You love what you do, right? And I tell people, right? I was telling my son's like, I don't want to do that because I don't like that part. I go, dude, let me tell you something. If you want to be successful, to achieve this goal, part of achieving that goal may be a part of it that you're not going to enjoy doing, but you have to do it to get there, to achieve the goal you want to achieve. So don't think that every part of the road is going to be what you enjoy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like with bodybuilding, some people are like, dude, I love the training, but the diet.
Legs.
You want to be great, you're going to have to do the diet.
Yep. Yeah.
You know what I mean? I hate cardio. You want to be a top bodybuilder? That's your dream. You're gonna have to do the cardio.
Yep.
You know what I mean? They want to do all the part they enjoy, right? But they want to be a champ. You ain't gonna be the champ unless you do this part that you just don't like.
And you have to love it. Like, I think you have to love it, right? I mean, I don't know. I mean,
you may not love that part of it, is what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying?
That part. But I mean, but you have to love what you're focused on.
Yeah.
If you didn't even like that part, you wouldn't even. I mean, you'd be even more miserable.
I ate.
I'm just saying, like with a job, or anything else, like
everything.
Anything in life.
But I wouldn't. But I'll say some people show up for a job, right? And it's like they hate it. I'm like, well, why are you there?
Yeah.
Because the money, man, the money. I'm like, well, you gotta, stay there for the money if that's what you're about.
Already buying your time.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I say, but you may look back and have a lot of regrets. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I said, but that's your life. It's your life. If you can show up and just say, I'll take the money and live for Saturday and Sunday, and the other 5 days you're miserable, that's cool. If you can do that. Mm-hmm. I just knew I didn't want to live like that. You know what I mean? 2 days out the week to kind of enjoy my life, and time's passing. Yeah. That's 8 days a month. I might be looking for, but then Sunday I might have to go to sleep early because Monday I got to start this thing over again.
Maybe you get a vacation for 2 weeks after a year's worth.
I'm not knocking people who do that by any means, right?
Well, I mean,
I'm just saying,
if you're happy, I'm not knocking you.
Yeah.
If you're happy, if you're not happy, I'm knocking you.
If you're not happy,
I'm knocking you.
I'm like, maybe you need to try something else. Don't be afraid. Try it.
I tell everyone, if you're not happy, and you're doing what it is stupid. You know, I think.
Well, I'm not gonna.
You're not gonna.
I know what you're saying now.
Bible out.
No, I know. No, I know what you're saying.
It is dumb.
Like, I got a buddy like that.
Why would you do that? Why would you do anything like?
Because they feel safe.
Yeah, but safety is not. It's not living your life. It's not. And how can you feel safe hating something?
Well, you think like an entrepreneur. See, I think like an entrepreneur. A lot of people don't. The paycheck is safe, and that's how. And I'm not knocking people.
No, it's not.
But for them, it's like they feel because they're like, I know I'm going to make this much every 2 weeks. I can budget around this. This is what I get. I know when my vacation time is. I know what time I get off. It's like everything is regimented,
right?
But for us, sometimes like, okay, all right, this month didn't go quite as I thought. Okay, let me, okay, next month
things.
Yeah,
but you have that power to restructure and maneuver. But here's the thing: is like, who do you think employs your safety? Entrepreneurs. All right, entrepreneurs are not always safe. Just because they make you feel safe doesn't mean that you're safe. Those companies can go belly up.
No, I see.
Dude,
people get laid off out of nowhere.
Okay, during COVID, how many people got? Man, how many businesses went? Okay, so that just show you there is no safety in it. So if you're living like that, if you're using it for safety, you don't have any excuses anymore because you guys have already seen. Yeah. You already seen there is no safety. There is no safety. You have none. Might as well be an entrepreneur. I mean, that's my take.
Well, they say do what you do, your 8 hours. And if you have a dream, work on your dream when you get off the job. Yeah. That's your job. It's not your dream.
Well, money's got to come from somewhere.
Yeah.
So,
you do your job, then afterwards do your dream.
Right.
And then if your dream can support your lifestyle, then don't be afraid to leave your job, continue to build that dream. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
But some people, they're just like, I know some people who they're job oriented.
You get in, it's the same mentality as living on the block. You get structured, you habit forming, and you feel safe, you're comfortable, you're afraid to leave. I know some people that are afraid to leave. I know some people that they get to the city like, whoa, give me home. They're just too worried.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I was kind of like that when I first went to a really nice restaurant for the first time in my life. I felt so uncomfortable. I was like, man, these people don't want me here. I'm not comfortable. I'm not comfortable. I had to keep going. I had to force myself into being in, and this was just a regular restaurant that was like decent. I had to force myself. Loco?
Get out of here.
It was the McDonald's, man, the one with the big playground. They had the good balls.
Give me my
over
chicken and give me Matt, relax.
But you get what I'm saying? It's habit forming. It's habit forming.
Cause me and my buddy used to drive through Beverly Hills when we were teenagers. And we just drive through there, right? Right? And we see how different people live. Like, dude, this is crazy. Right. Then we started going to Westwood every weekend, right? And we go to Westwood and walk around. They would block all the streets off by UCLA, right? Yeah. And we just drive and we walk around. We're all neighborhood guys. Sometimes it'd be like 6 of us, and we're working out and we walk through Westwood and be like, wow, man. Yeah. But we would leave the neighborhood, right? Then my buddy got a job at a gym called Matrix One in Beverly Hills. Then he got me hired. I was 20.
Okay, so you're going.
And I'm working at Matrix One in Beverly Hills. meeting all these people.
Yeah.
Right, making all these connections. And then you see, man,
Different
people want to
resources.
help. Yeah. Remember we met Wolfgang Puck, the guy, John Paul, the guy who has Paul Mitchell.
Yeah.
Right? Been knowing him for years. Like he still remembers when we see, like, he sent me a bunch of hair products, like I hadn't seen him for like over 10 years.
Not
like,
recently though, right? Like no.
I haven't seen him in a while. I haven't seen him in like maybe 20 years. I saw him at Goals. He was there for a while. And we talked. He's like, I remember meeting you. You were 19 years old. And he sent me a bunch of, because we had, and he sent me, give me an address. He sent me a bunch of hair products for my wife at this time. Oh, yeah.
I see. I don't even remember you having hair.
Yeah.
I think you might look weird.
I shaved my head. 1994. I remember because Flex came in the gym and he had shaved it. He goes, let's shave our heads. All right, come on. We went to a barbershop on Abercrombie. It was a Muslim brother there, and he used a straight razor. Took the straight razor out, lathered us up and shaved us. And then me and Flex came back, and Paul DeMayo, remember Paul DeMayo?
Yep.
Paul DeMayo was there, and Paul DeMayo, I remember, he's like, you guys are crazy, man. Because we came in with bald heads.
Why? Hella white boy voice, dude.
He's like, you guys are crazy, man. Right? Because earlier that day, we had hair. When we came back for the second workout, we were bald.
Yeah.
And they were like, what? They was tripping, yeah.
Can you still grow your hair?
Not all the way now.
Not all the way now.
But I learned how to shave it myself. It was expensive because
Yeah.
it grows
Oh, yeah.
quick, right?
Oh, yeah.
So I learned how to shave it myself. So now I just shave it every morning.
Every
Easy.
morning you do it?
Every morning.
It's quick?
Because I like it clean. It's like shaving your, it's like combing my hair to me, right?
Is it?
I don't want.
That's how quick you do it?
it's like grooming myself.
You don't cut
know what
yourself,
I mean?
do you?
No.
No,
It's like grooming.
Yeah.
Right? Like if you get up, you put gel, you comb your hair.
Brush
So
the
for
teeth,
me to shave my head is
thing.
part of my grooming every morning.
And
you know
you
what
got
I mean?
used to doing it quick, though.
Quick, dude.
That's
Quick.
cool.
Just quick.
Yeah. You ever try to grow back up?
No.
No.
It don't grow all the way.
No.
Not all
I
the
didn't
way.
know. You sure about that?
Yeah, pretty sure. I was blessed if my head came out cool.
Okay. All right.
I don't have like the Sharpay head in the back,
You
the
do-
face.
you got that?
No, some people, they shave their head. It's like, you look like a face looking at me back there. Like, what the?
Like a big old bowl.
You ever seen it?
Yeah.
It's like lines, like a smile. And
Oh yeah. You
eyes.
talking about bend their head back and it's got like it's the fat neck or whatever they call it, the fat chops.
Call it a hot dog neck.
Yeah, something like that. What's
Hot
it called?
dog.
There's
Like
something
you got hot dogs back
waffle
there.
neck.
So we shaved in 94, dog. 94.
Yeah.
And I just kept it shaved, man. But like I said, I got the neighborhood and I wasn't intimidated.
Yeah. It took a while though, right?
You know, no, because
Oh,
I
yeah,
wanted.
you never were intimidated by the neighborhood.
No,
See,
because
me,
I wanted to
was.
see
Yeah.
other stuff, dude. I just knew because I always was like a dreamer anyway. Even with bodybuilding, my dad my dad would come around sometime. I tell you, right?
Yeah.
He wanted me to play football, and I joined. I made the football team, 10th grade. I was gonna play at Washington High School, made varsity. And then I was like, some people are a little lazy, and I already had been doing bodybuilding. I'm like, dude, I don't want to rely on anybody else, dude. So I quit football and kept competing bodybuilding, right? I'm like, if I lose, it's going to be on me. If I win, it's on me. I don't want to blame somebody else because they didn't show up or they missed the play. Or I'll just take all responsibility of winning and losing. I'll just own it. You know
That's
what I mean?
cool, man. A lot of people don't do that.
What am I do?
Yeah.
You
People
know?
don't do that. That's the champion's mentality, man.
Yeah.
You know, that's a very. I don't want to gloss over that thing. That's a lot of people do not take self accountability. They say they do,
Yeah.
but they don't. You know what I mean? So that's actually a very admirable trait. Man.
Oh, thanks,
And
man.
that's you know, it's like all the people saying they're real, but they're not. But like you actually, you actually
Thank you,
take
man.
self accountability, man. That's great.
Thank you, man.
All right, dude. Yeah, seriously. That's rare. It's
Yeah.
actually very rare. Yeah. So
Yeah, I still work on it. You know what I mean? Like I still work on that accountability,
Is it a
owning
slip?
stuff. Like if I have a disagreement with my son or my daughter, what did I do? What was my part in it?
Yeah.
Was I an example? Did I lose my cool? You know what I mean?
But for you to be able to do that means you actually can be talked to. You, they can still converse with you. They can still negotiate with you. They can come to the table. You leave the door open for conversations and growth.
Yeah.
And that's another trait that a lot of people, don't have. They can't look at themselves and see where something went wrong. That's another reason why they get caught up and they stay where they stay at.
Yeah.
They can't look at the wrongs. Like I said, and that goes back to being able to be, okay, am I fat? Okay, yeah, I am fat. I need to fix it. Am I ashamed of it? Yes, I am. okay, am I wrong for doing this? Yes, it feels stupid to admit that I'm wrong, but it's hard to admit that I've been fooled into something, or you were lied about something, you believed into a lie, or just any of those things for you to be able to take in and be able to look at is very tough to do, because it hits your pride, it hits your ego, it makes you say, look, you're wrong here. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. And but you don't want to admit it. And so therefore what it does, it steals time from you. It steals lives from you. It steals love. It steals growth. It steals all kinds of things that you're just basically putting on the back burner and continuing to hurt yourself and burning bridges while you're doing it. Not only to yourself.
And you're hurting yourself by burning bridges.
Yeah. Yeah. So you have to be able to look at yourself, same thing I'm saying, but why am I getting in so many fights? Maybe I'm the dickhead, maybe I'm the one, so that was something I had to really assess and learn, about myself. It took a while to learn that, it's not easy to do. So yeah, my hat's off to you.
It can take a while, man. Even now, I always say I'm a work in progress. Like, how can I grow? How can I continue to grow? What can I work on? There's always things, and I don't beat myself up. I'm like, okay, what can I grow in? Like, could I have handled that better? Or could I have been a better example here? Or, you know what I mean? Like, I try to think about those things. I think it's important.
Very.
But one thing I always do in the morning, I pray, that's me. But I pray to be
proudly
kind.
Yes.
I pray to be kind to people, right? And loving to people, and to be a light wherever I go. I pray that, right? And also to laugh a lot that day, right? I said, let me laugh a lot today, God. Let me laugh a lot. Let me enjoy my day. You know what I mean? So I'm not carrying a weight of changing, like a weight of I need to change this, I need to work on this. Let me enjoy my day, man, along the way.
Yeah.
And enjoy, being kind to someone and laughing with them, or having a conversation and lifting someone up or whatever, right? And I find my days, I'll be having some really good days, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like the days are just, and I'm like, it's a good day.
Yeah, because you're not necessarily asking for anything.
No.
You're just asking
I'm asking to give.
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean?
And for me, is what I always find myself doing is I pray for things that you don't see, like monetary stuff. Like, I don't pray for that stuff. I pray for motivation. I pray for healing. I pray for me to be able to forgive. And most of the time, I pray all the time. And my number one thing, I just try to do more than anything else when I pray. Not trying to turn it all into a religious thing, but I thank God. I try to do that more than I ask for anything.
That's crazy, right?
Yeah, I try to let him know, man, dude, I'm so appreciative.
That feeling, it's a different feeling, right?
Yeah. So when you thank God, it's you didn't know it was about me, but that's basically when I pray down and I get down on my knees sometimes and I do my OCD thing. That's me just thanking God for being alive. You know what I mean? And just letting them know, hey man, I'm not ashamed. I'm not anything. I don't care what anybody, they make fun of me. I know they make fun of me. I know they do. No, they do. They're like, he does some weird shit. But they even tell me sometimes. And then some people stand up and shut them down. But it doesn't matter regardless. For me, I'm always just, I'm thankful. I'm thankful. Even when I'm in pain, I'm I'm thankful because I know I'm learning. I know I'm growing. And it's I know this is tough right now, but this is a lesson I'm also learning, So that's me. You know what I mean? So,
that's good though, right?
Yeah. I try not to,
No, you're being refined, because I tell people, if you really look at a lot of times in your life where the most growth took place, a lot of times it was during the hardest periods, right? Yeah. But I think we're being refined and getting prepared for something bigger. Yeah. But we have to go through this, right? But so many people want to rush through it because it's so uncomfortable. Right. But sometimes you have to sit in it and see what you're learning. Right. But if you rush through it, you're going to find yourself in a situation again or something similar because you didn't sit in it long enough to learn from the last one.
Yeah, because you end up repeating it.
Yeah.
Mistakes, because you're not learning. You're just sitting. You're sitting in your anger and you're living inside yourself. And you're not living on the outside and moving forward and seeing what's going on and why you're feeling like this, why you're going through this. And
it's all right to ask. Yeah. Be like, God, what am I learning here? What am I supposed to be learning? This is horrible. Like, I don't want to be here, dude.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, what am I learning? Like, can you show me sooner than later?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. So it was
This
gonna
is
take
horrible.
this one's gonna take this long. Jeez,
this
man.
is
Like
horrible.
so it gets tough. And I'm thankful. I am on a daily and minute by minute basis. I mean, I don't know if it's where I'm from or whatever, but like every time I eat, breathe or get some water, I'm just like, in the back of my mind, like, man, this is cool,
Yeah, because everybody doesn't have these resources, man.
Yeah, and then like I thought it's something I wanted so much because I was so restricted from them, and then once I got the nice car, I got a cool house, and I got all this stuff, and it's just like it didn't mean anything. It didn't mean anything because like the most important things you want in your life, and same thing with bodybuilding and status and all these other, some of these people that I know with millions of followers are like the most loneliest or fakest people I know. And it's like you're lonely because you're fake, but they haven't figured that out yet, and they're still fake. And because they're fake, they're lonely, because they can't be themselves. They can't be themselves.
It's a show.
It's a show, and so they're so caught up into that. And it's like a lot of them don't even have money.
That's amazing, man.
You know what I mean? So
And there's nothing wrong with not having money.
I didn't say that.
No. I'm
saying,
just saying, but they present it like there's something wrong if they don't have it. It's what I mean.
Yeah, that's true, and I respect
Yeah.
that more. But I mean, seriously, if you got 1 million followers, like legit 1 million followers, you should have no problem putting together some money, like zero problem. But I will say this is, it's tough. Life is tough, and it's a journey. And if you don't have God in it, it's very empty.
Well, I believe that.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't. And once again, I tell people, I'm like, I don't tell you what to believe or what you have to believe. You know what I mean? Like, we all make our choices. But I find that most people that maybe haven't really had a relationship with God, no matter what they accomplish or achieve, they always feel like something's missing, right?
Right.
Then they keep looking for the next thing or achieving more, and they keep thinking like, I thought this will make me feel this, and it didn't. I thought this great individual I met or this beautiful person would make. It's like, no, they're only gonna
Give you so much.
so much.
Yeah, isn't that weird?
Yeah.
Is that something that even love from the most perfect woman or kid or child, I don't care what it is, because I know that void is completely impossible to fill.
Yeah.
Is from love from God. Now I'm not trying to get too philosophical
Well,
and
it's
stuff,
true.
or anything like that. But for me, it's
I
like,
believe,
yeah, because like whenever I've got away from him, I felt that. And it was like one of the most empty feelings.
Well, Flex talks about it a lot now.
Yeah.
When he is on the podcast, he talks a lot about it. I watched him grow a lot, dude. Like we were worried about him when he was going to get amputated. Me and Chris are both worried about him because Flex is emotional. A lot of people realize, but a lot of people seeing it more now because he's been more open with it. But he's always been emotional like that, and we were worried about him. But when him and I talk, he talks about his growth and his faith, and it's really maturing him this journey.
Yeah,
Mind you, it also wears him down emotionally and physically at times, right?
Yeah.
But spiritually, it's really matured him as spiritually in his relationship with God.
Yeah.
So I think if I look at it, if I was look at it from God's perspective, that's more important to God anyway.
yeah. Oh, yeah. That's the most utmost.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, like, okay, so like, I've seen him, and I didn't really talk to him too much because I was all like off standards of him. Not only that I look up to him hugely, but I didn't see his attitude as someone that might, I would say, converse with mine well. I wasn't sure. I mean, maybe I was just making an assessment or something like that as far as like how, I guess cocky maybe it was or something like that. But I still held him in like this huge light. Like I was just like, whatever. And I've also never been someone to interject, you know what I'm saying? But like,
Right.
everyone has like a judgment, like, and I can't help it. Nobody can, but
Right.
that's just like kind of like the first judgment thing I had from him. Cause like, man, but also at the same time I was like, shit, well, that's Flex Wheeler. So, he can be like that. So, and I was,
Still, it shouldn't be like that.
yeah, man, I'm just saying, I was like, but for
I know
me,
what you mean.
yeah, but for me, and I was just like, all right. And I tried to be cool in passing enough times. Just, hey, what's up, man? All right, cool, word up, like boom, boom, but not enough to where I'm gonna be like, yo, this dude's jocking my style. Because, you know, like
Right.
for me, I don't do that anyways.
I know what you meant.
But just
so you didn't have a conversation because you didn't want to come off like you were jockeying.
Nah, well, not only that, it wasn't like I would say jockeying. I just
No, you didn't want to come off that way.
yeah, I don't want to come off
So
any
the
man
conversation
like
could have maybe happened more, but you didn't want to come off as jockeying, so the conversation didn't really happen.
Right? But yeah, okay, well, sure, that's exactly it. Right?
I knew what you're trying to say.
Yeah, it's not a bad thing.
You. No, it's not.
No, it's not.
I'm just walking you down the road.
So yeah, thank you for getting out, Pastor Kane. You know what I mean? Yeah, no, no. But I will tell you this. You know, like I said, I wanted to like have those conversations. I wanted to be more engaged with them. But I also kind of felt a little put off too. You know what I mean?
Right.
And what's going to the good part of all this stuff, where I'm circling all the way back around, is that now I can see his aura's changed so much more. It's like a whole 180 of like love and kindness and giving and relaxing.
Yeah, he's matured.
And he's at peace now.
He's matured a lot.
Right. Because like I was there when he first did his show, his first Flex show. And he was standing up there.
In San Jose?
No. Not the first competing.
No, I mean when he had his own bodybuilding show.
Fresno.
Yeah, it was the Flex Wheeler Classic.
Yeah, it was in Fresno.
Yeah.
Not San Jose.
No, yeah, but that's what I meant, Fresno.
Fresno, yeah. So
I was there.
Yeah, were you?
Of course.
Yeah, because then Dexter Jackson was there, and everyone showed up and did the little meeting.
was there, and he had
That's the
the
first
first
time I met Dexter Jackson was in that when he did his first show. Yeah. So
Yeah.
and then I think Mark Byers, shout out to Mark, he's the one that won it.
That's when he first started dating the twin, Madeline.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah. But that was the first show I went to of his, and yeah, man. I mean, the way he conducted himself and stuff was just like very like you know, I'm the man. You know,
Yeah,
what
he
I mean?
was young.
Yeah, no, I'm not bashing it at all.
No, I know, but he was
you know,
young.
because I mean, I know I act like that sometimes too, so I can't. You know, there's no shade, no shade whatsoever.
Yeah.
I'm just saying from what I see then and what I see now is like it seems like a whole 180 of it. You know?
Oh yeah.
You know, and it's cool. You know, like I think it's admirable. You know, I aim to be like that. You know, like you and like him. Like that's what I'm aiming to be like. You know, so that's what I was just saying. I was just kind of getting to like how everything's kind of turned into a more positive light for him. That's what I'm getting at. You know?
It's amazing, right?
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, so there was no shade. There was nothing like
No,
that.
I
I'm
know.
just saying like.
But the hardships he went through helped bring him that, like we were talking about.
Yeah.
The hardship, if you learn from it, it can refine you and make you a better person.
Right.
You know, and you've seen how this has made him a better person.
Yeah, that's why I could tell just by looking at his IG.
Yeah.
I was looking at him like, man, this guy's got a light coming off him.
Yeah.
You know, and that's what I was saying. So yeah, like I would never talk bad about Flex. Like, I don't even know him well enough to talk bad about him. So I'm just saying, like, I just wanted to say what I've seen.
Yeah.
You know, the transition.
You saw him change.
I saw this aura change.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess that's what I'm saying.
I know what you mean.
You know?
When you watched him, see
Yeah.
it, then you will see him now.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, he's a different guy. He's throwing off a different aura. I know what you mean.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The energy is different.
Yeah.
And I can fill a room with energy. I
Yeah.
can know when the place is about to, jump off and a guy's, off stand. I can feel all that stuff. So I'm aware of, like, that's one of the attributes of
Growing up in the neighborhood.
Yeah, when something like it's quiet.
You'd be like, something's up.
Yeah, something's about to happen, So that's just, it's just part of the things you get.
Yep.
Yep.
Something's up.
Yeah. I'm going home. Yep. Later.
It's funny,
catch y'all
right?
Later. Yep.
I tell my son, because he's in college right now, I tell him, I go, son, okay, look, I'm not going to tell you not to go to parties. Go to parties, son. I said, but when the party's over, just dip. I said, a lot of things happen after the party's over, and people hanging out outside.
Yep.
I said, so if you can talk to the girl, whatever, get her number, get it while you're in there if that's what you're going to do, son. Yep. You're 20 years old. That's what you're going to do.
Yep.
Right? Then leave. Don't hang outside. Trust me, because if something's going to go down, if it doesn't go down in a party, most time it happens after. People hanging outside. You know what I mean? When it's over, you and your guys just go.
Yep.
Don't hang out front. I'm like, just go home.
That's it.
Yeah,
I think Hammer said nothing good happens after midnight.
No, a lot of times, because think about it, now people have been drinking, the music's off, they're outside, they're talking. Boom.
Nobody's getting laid. Man, I'm going
feeling
home. I don't think
I don't know, man.
You know that feeling. You know what it is.
Anyway.
You might not know that now, but you remember that.
Anyway,
You know,
man.
you got the testosterone going.
I'm talking making good
No
choices.
girls around. No, I'm just saying that leads to it.
I know, man.
You know what it is.
I know.
You try,
man.
okay, you pull.
That's like everybody
you,
getting laid.
you grab his Bible a little tighter in here. It's like,
Nobody's getting laid. But yeah,
you know what it is.
I know what you mean.
You know, then all suddenly men start looking for other forms of entertainment after the ladies have
start
left.
getting aggressive.
Yes, exactly.
Or the girl might be talking to the another guy, and this guy's, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It can just silly things.
In your feelings. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. This goes left. Yep.
Just leave.
Mm-hmm. Go home. Man.
You know? Yeah.
Yeah. It's nothing after that, man. You know what I mean? But yeah, no, I mean, Rico, look, man, I just want to say, man, you know, you're one of the best people I know. Like,
Thank
straight
you,
up, man. I mean that with all my heart, bro. And you're like an amazing individual. I think you've done amazing things with all the people that are around you. Anybody who's even come into contact with you, you've blessed them.
Thank you.
And I can't say that about too many people. I really can't. And I've met a lot of people. Bro. So I just want to thank you for coming here and sharing your stories. And
We share some stories.
busted some jokes. We're not done yet, man. We're not done yet. And man, I really enjoyed your time and your company, man. Getting to know you a little bit more.
I know, right?
You know, yeah,
It's true, man. Yeah.
So, man, blessings, man.
Thank you,
It's been
man.
a blessings to have you.
Appreciate
man.
you, man.
All right, man.
Seriously, man.
BDS TV. We out.
The Big Daddy